Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Black Flag Podcast. My name is Mike. I'm the owner and creator of War Dance Comics. I am here with Snoots.
Hello, co-creator and artist at War Dance Comics.
And we have Jags.
Ahoy, mateys.
Jags is a pirate. Forever a red torso in a crow's nest on our drawing.
Aye, because my shit is for the birds.
Indeed. Are you is that a secondary Jags in our chat there?
No, it's me. It's
yeah,
me.
no shit. It's God damn it. Is it a second you or is it just the you?
It's just a me.
Okay, you don't have a secondary account going on?
No.
All right, excellent. So we're up. Do you have students? Do you have links out to everyone and on links on Facebook and all that? Jake, you got links on Facebook?
I got them on Twitter.
You got them on Twitter.
Yeah. That's where we get more interaction. Don't need to post on Facebook?
Like, it's almost like he's just our Twitter guy. It's almost like he's our Twitter guy, and that's why he's only focusing on fucking Twitter. No. Snoots, get links out, man.
Got it.
We even got them in the Twitter chat rooms. So
join us, talk to us. More than likely, we're going to try to have this be a relatively shorter show, which we normally actually try to do on ours. If anyone is seeing this for the first time, if this is your first experience going down the War Dance fucking rabbit hole of nonsense, this is open mic forum. Pretty much people can just jump on and bullshit with us. We bullshit about whatever we got going on. And this is supposed to be a weekend, kind of like you already did everything professional throughout the weekend and just kind of get on and decompress with us and bullshit. And hello, Bear. Bear is she's in the chat there. She's actually another member of War Dance Comics. So we don't actually have any friends. We just have just us. It's all members of War Dance Comics. So anywho, Jags.
yes.
Do you have see, that's Bear right there. I didn't realize that I can do it from my side. I thought you were in charge of everything, Snoots, all the time.
But we're logged into the same account.
I like having access to things that I pay for.
You know what's cool though?
Uh-oh. What?
You are to that side. So whenever I do this, it affects the screen. So like I'm pointing to your icon.
To my what?
To your avatar, your icon.
Oh. Yeah.
Of course, his avatar is blue.
It's true.
Yeah. The rhino's blue, he's blue.
What about this? See, that doesn't show up. It doesn't work as well for me.
No, because you refuse to use a camera.
It's true. Well, you
could just reach over and just give her a slap, and we'll see it. It'll just look like the hand of God just coming out of nowhere.
Jesus.
Like the giant SpongeBob hand, just coming in.
What?
The
early
like eerily lifelike hand that comes.
Oh, when there would be a
yeah.
I got you now. All right, Bear says hi.
Hi, Bear.
Hi, Bear.
Jakes, you got anything fancy we want to talk about? Back in the back room, we were talking about how you found recipes.
Well, recipes for a lot of keto, meals and stuff like that. We tried making some keto fried chicken using pork rinds and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We kind of fucked it up, and it didn't stick all that well to the chicken itself. But what part did stick actually tasted really good, especially since we doused it in Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo sauce, which is actually fairly low carb, because I think the entire bottle has only like 31 carbs in it. And you ain't eating an entire bottle of buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
Well, normal people don't.
I wonder what Frank's has.
Frank's?
Yeah, I wonder what Frank's is. I don't know. I think Frank's might actually be considered keto, I think.
Well, good, because I put that shit on everything.
Frank's is good stuff.
Yeah. It really depends on the buffalo sauce, because some of them kind of cheat and use sugar to get the tanginess flavor.
You didn't get it. You couldn't get it to stick, though, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't get it to stick, but it's probably just because we kind of half-assed it and kind of just went off the cuff.
How did we do it?
It's been so long.
Well, I know because I use the well when we had them anyway, I used the pork rind ones as well. And
Wait, did you put your pork rinds in the oven and dry them out first?
no,
Did you put them through a food processor?
We didn't do shit to them.
Didn't do shit to them, just crushed them up?
no, no. We bought them because they sell them where they're pre crushed up like breadcrumbs. They're just straight up keto breadcrumbs.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I think it's called pork king or something like that.
Okay, mine was just
That's what
literally
she
just a bag of pork rinds we just crushed up.
Oh, okay.
It's probably why it didn't stick all that well. Probably, had stuff in it that kind of made it not bond or sticky.
Possibly, yeah. These other ones were they crumbled pretty well, but they definitely were like oily. Like not oily, but they were moist enough to where they could stick to things. Also,
we did it with egg. Just cracked a few eggs, scrambled them up,
yeah.
and did that.
Now you can do what is it? You can get gluten. You can get just straight like Vital gluten.
Mhm.
That is what?
Nothing. Just I wasn't aware they actually just sold pure gluten.
Oh yeah. So you can get it, and it has essentially the same consistency of like a thin flour, and
Yeah.
you can do if you like rinse the chicken, pat it dry and whatnot. You mix the gluten with a little bit of seasonings and like salt, salt and like onion powder and garlic powder. Mix it in with that and do a just lightly toss the chicken in with it. Shake all the excess off. What are you doing? You fucking horse's ass. I'm sitting here talking. She's just wiggling out of the corner of my eye.
I'm surviving what you're saying.
Oh my God. Do that. And then that helps the egg wash stick a little bit better, but it's also like the gluten itself is pure protein. It's not like the flour. It doesn't have any real starch to it. Will you fucking knock it off? Jesus God.
I was going to use almond flour and stuff like that, but then I looked at the price of almond flour and I was like, hell's the fuck no.
Yeah. You can what's up?
An issue with almond flour is that it tastes like almond. So if the recipe doesn't call for it, it can fuck up the flavor profile. It's really great with cakes and stuff and like breads, but like when you're doing it with like fried chicken, it tastes like almond chicken.
Love almond flour.
Yeah. So I think the key here is I need to find like, the pre-crushed up, breading pork rinds and stuff. But speaking of bread, I went to an Aldi's. Well, actually my girlfriend went to an Aldi's and she found where it says keto bread.
Found what?
I know.
Right?
I still don't believe it. He keeps on talking about her. I don't believe it.
Growing up, our little boy.
I'm not showing
our
all
baby
the
boy.
Stop asking.
Our baby
He's like,
boy's
I've got
growing up.
a girlfriend.
I know, right?
Well, anyway, she went to Aldi's and she found
I
keto
picture
bread.
him popping his collar every time he says it.
Right?
Yeah, maybe if I actually bother wearing shirts with collars. But maybe.
Anyway, she found bread.
Yeah, she found keto bread, and then I picked some up, and it was pretty good. It was like it's supposed to be like kind of like whole wheat keto bread. And then I went to Walmart, and guess what they started serving? Fucking keto bread and keto hamburger buns. And I'm like, son of a bitch, where were you about
And that's a fucking fine.
years ago? Yeah.
They have
Apparently,
those at Holiday too. Franz makes them.
yeah.
The buns?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only shitty part is that it's like $3 for a pack of 4 buns. So that's
This is true. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Right.
pretty expensive.
You know what? Losing weight ain't easy or cheap. So suck it up, Nancy boys.
I think
But, I am loving how grocery stores and everything like that are starting to become like hip to this keto stuff and everything, because it's a diet that actually fucking works and actually addresses a problem that is directly linked to obesity
and fucking dementia and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like what I like about a lot of the keto stuff is that it's like either protein or fiber. So even if you're not doing keto, it's a really great alternative to whatever the fuck you're usually eating.
Yeah, and good thing about keto bread is that all the grams of carbohydrates that it has, like the 9, 10 or so grams, all dietary fibers, which, really good for people starting out with keto because you won't make the mistake I did, which was basically passing, a ground beef softball through a colon that could not handle it.
Right.
Took 3 days for that iceberg to sink.
Dude, TMI.
Excellent.
All right, moving on.
Today's
I'm
theme.
just saying, you ever hear like a toilet sound like metal?
All right,
Like
so
clank? Yeah.
the viewer we just got, we lost. So thanks. Jake.
Well, we got a viewer. We
had 2, and now we're
Oh.
down to 1.
It's
Listen,
like, hey, let's go see what they're
poop
talking
is
about.
always
Poop?
funny.
Okay, not talking about shit.
Yep.
So what brand are you using for that keto bread?
I can't remember off the top of my head. It's in the kitchen right now. It was this some keto. It was like the only type of keto bread they had at Aldi's, which is pretty good. But I might go pick up the Walmart stuff and try it because it's like supposed to be like white bread type of keto bread, which I don't know how they do it. But it tasted pretty good so far.
Do you have any Wincos around you?
Winkos?
Yeah.
I don't think so now.
I know
I
Winco
never-
carries the Franz one. They actually got it for a really good price, and that one is it straight up is just white sandwich bread, like just sliced bread, and it's 12 grams of fiber per slice.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
it's
never
like
heard of
pure fiber.
Winco prior to moving to California.
It must be a Cali thing. I mean, we're just now getting our first Whataburger and Trader Joe's in this area.
Oh, I miss Whataburger. I miss it so much.
Yeah, a bad fucking time to be on a diet.
Dude, green chili double almost every day for lunch for a minute. Like, this is.
What's this about? Turn that thing off.
So speaking of giant monsters that eat everything like snoots,
Jesus.
What'd
you do, Snoots?
y'all see the Godzilla versus King Kong trailer?
Yeah. Are you sure that's not supposed to be Gamera?
They don't own the rights to Gamera, and Gamera is not in the Godzilla universe. So, yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's not Gamera. It's that one spaceship from that one Godzilla movie or aircraft, whichever it is. It does look like Gamera.
Shell.
It does, though, doesn't it? And I want it
It
to.
does.
I would love for it to be Gamera.
I would love to see like a version of Gamera come to the big screen like that.
So,
'Cause
side note, Bear is at work. She can't get in here. She's
Shut up.
working.
Why are you? Don't
she can
cut
only
him off. He's talking about his love for Gamera. Jesus. Anyway, tell us about your turtle fetish now, Jackson.
When a turtle gets erect and they have that giant ass umbrella, that hangs out like that. It sort of makes sense why April O'Neil hung out with the turtles.
So what were you saying, Snoots? What were you saying about Bear?
You lead me into something like that, I will go for it. Which is kind of how I got my current girlfriend, but whatever.
Oh, God.
Don't want to know. Keto bread. What else were we going to talk about?
Fucking Godzilla versus Kong, man. Come on, you guys.
But yeah,
Wait.
I haven't seen the trailer. Mike has.
You haven't seen it?
It-
Pull it up, man. Play it.
the
We're not
only
playing trailers, right?
But I want to
Only
get
that-
struck.
But I don't want to.
the
It smells like
only
death.
It smells like dick in here.
here's the good part. The only bad part about the trailer is the fact that the music for it is complete ass anyway, so you can just mute it.
Jags, we're allowed to play a fucking trailer on the stream, are we not?
Not with copyrighted music.
Yep.
So you had to mute it. Yeah. Oh, so you had to talk over it. You had to put some noise. You had to distort it because the YouTube algorithm will strike it.
Gay as fuck. All right.
Yeah.
Since what are you doing?
It's hot. I've been drinking.
What are you doing?
Give me a second.
Jesus.
Oh, we getting a real show now?
No,
Oh.
she's.
That's why I slid off camera.
Fuck's sake.
Come on. I'm a respectable lady.
All right, what do you pull it up?
Jags, be nice.
I didn't say nothing.
I know. You better not.
She said respectful, not respectable.
What's that supposed to mean?
I took her a minute.
Dude.
Like, I don't. Fuck it. All right, somebody say something.
Well, okay. Well, I think the difference between a respectful woman and a respectable woman is, well, a respectful woman can be a whore, but you can still bring to your parents for dinner.
All right, we're not doing this. we're
Thank you.
not having this conversation. Hurry up with that fucking trailer.
I'm doing it.
God.
All right.
Getting it?
I would have used Kamala Harris as an example, but she's not.
We're not doing this. We're not having this conversation.
Right.
Can't we just have a chill stream and not become fucking political or calling anyone a whore?
I didn't call anyone a whore. I just used one as an example.
Snoods.
I'd really appreciate not being called a thought.
Wait, you're definitely not a thought.
All right.
Can
Yay.
y'all hear it?
Nope.
Nope.
Good.
No, unmute it.
Hold on.
I will say that frame rate is janky as fuck.
Oh my god.
Ah,
I don't
Warner
know how
Brothers.
to unmute our audio while it's playing.
What?
Ah, Warner Brothers.
Were y'all's mics muted?
No,
Oh.
we just can't
Nope.
hear it.
Which is good because
No, I
the
wanna
algorithm
hear
would
it.
strike us.
No, we'll just talk over it and risk it. Fuck it.
Well, I also don't know how to show it on. Give me a second.
You might have to stop sharing and then turn it back on.
Bear
sharing.
wants to be able to hear it. Bear says she wants to hear it because she loves
Fine.
camera.
You know who
Yeah,
I'm
we'll let it
hoping
go.
comes in?
Bear.
And of course, Bear is the only one of us that actually has a pet turtle. So yeah, she would love Gamera.
Mark is the best.
Yep.
I know. I love her turtle.
He is a tortoise.
Tortoise, that's right.
He is a sulcata tortoise.
Ah, a tortoise. He cannot swim.
True. Technically, he's both of ours, actually.
So for all you idiots, and I've seen YouTube videos of this, who save tortoises and stuff like that, if they don't have any webbing, don't throw them in fucking water, you assholes.
Is that a thing?
Dude, you would not believe how many idiots film themselves on YouTube saving a tortoise crossing the road and throw them in the fucking pond.
What?
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, change the subject. Fucking A. Actually,
It's not as
would
bad.
you be able to look it up?
Oh my god.
Okay,
Fine.
I can do it on Firefox, but it won't allow me to share the audio. If I look it up on Chrome, the video is unavailable.
I'm on it.
So I don't know.
Get out of my
All this
lap, cat.
censorship. I don't fucking get it.
All right,
There we
let's
go.
see now. Let's see, screen share. Share screen. Share audio.
You got it?
Yeah.
Good.
Full screen that shit.
Thank you.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
It says, "Wah."
Oh, King Kong looks so good in these movies. Legendary
Yeah,
pictures,
I really
the
like
people
King Kong.
saving Warner Brothers' ass.
We need Kong. The world needs him to stop what's coming. And this child, she's the only one he'll communicate with.
Oh wow.
They had a bond. She had nowhere to go, so.
Now, is she supposed to be one of the natives from Skull Island?
Looks like it.
It looks like it, right?
In some way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
She had like a tattoo on her arm. or something.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? They might be opening this up for the twin girls with Mothra.
Well, they had the twins previously from Mothra.
Yeah.
Kinda reference. They're like the
They
same.
had
did.
twins. They had twins in the last one.
It was obvious twins.
I like that the tail sticking up out of the water like that.
Uh-huh.
Very old school.
Come on, bitch.
Godzilla.
Alligator style attack, bitches.
Nice.
I love this
I
shit.
love Godzilla's paws, man. Just like that one. How he just
Oh,
claws.
this is massive.
Yep.
Tell you what, they nailed the cinematography to like film really big fucking monsters in these series.
Yeah. That's fucking beautiful. Look at that. I love the like last action hero fucking jump he does off the boat.
Hell yeah. See, that's what they need to treat these monster movies like, is like fucking sci-fi WWE matches.
Now, was that supposed to be Tokyo? Did they actually finally bring him to Tokyo?
Either Tokyo
Looked like
or
it.
Hong
And that
Kong.
was me on
Not
the
sure.
fuck.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of standing.
I keep reaching for greatness because I'm built from it.
I was wondering how they're gonna incorporate it.
Kong bows to no one.
Well, apparently Godzilla has gone apeshit, no pun intended. It is not very friendly to people at the time.
Yeah,
And
he,
they brought-
something happened and he fucking turned on everyone and started destroying shit.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's gonna be the big
he's first and foremost guardian of the earth. So if people are fucking with, pollution and shit, which is the whole story, like that's how he got conjured, right?
no, it was radiation.
Well,
That's
they
what I'm
kind of
saying.
reversed that in the previous movie though.
Did it?
Yeah, because like in the credit scenes and everything like that, like the environment was kind of healing itself. Is like Ghidorah did more damage than the humans were.
So I wonder if
But Ghidorah was
He was an alien.
yeah, exactly. So that was kind of irrelevant, but like the humans.
Humans unleashed him, but from what Godzilla could see, humans were also trying to kill Ghidorah. Because Godzilla was very much aware humans were giving him a nuclear boost.
right. So what do you think about like what's your theories on that then, as far as him turning on mankind?
Well, because they're going to have to set it up. I am going to say extraterrestrial fuckery.
You think so?
Because what can you do after Godzilla versus King Kong? You already have Mothra. You have Rodan and everything. So they're not exactly going to be challenging Godzilla. So what's next?
Mecha Ghidra.
No, Mecha Godzilla.
Mecha Godzilla is going to be in this one.
He is?
Yeah.
Don't
They
fuck
are.
with me.
No, dude, they already revealed the toy for him and everything.
Dude, tell me
Yeah.
my boy King Caesar shows up and pimp slaps him.
Probably not.
God damn it. The one
Right.
kaiju I do want to see other than Godzilla in these movies.
Well, so there was the Easter egg at the end of the last one with Ghidra, and how dude goes and like recovers his head or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like Mecha Ghidorah. Ghidra. Do you call it Ghidorah or Ghidra?
I call him Ghidra.
Okay.
In the movies, they call him Ghidorah.
So
I
real
call
quick,
him Ghidra.
I wonder if they're going to incorporate it much like how they did in the last movie, where it's just like little hint to the next movie. If Godzilla is going to be going apeshit, they bring in Kong, they have their little spat, and then turns out the reason why Godzilla went apeshit is because they're reviving Ghidorah in the mecha form. So I wonder if that's going to be like the subplot leading up to the next movie.
I think they're going to bring in Mecha Ghidorah.
Absolutely,
I think it's going to be a
they have to.
rematch. Mecha Ghidorah. I think your boy says Mecha Kong, by the way.
Yeah.
As
That
Senior
Lazarus pit?
Whiteface.
Yeah, I'm thinking they might be setting up like some mecha monsters.
Well, if they're going to do Mecha Godzilla in this one here, in the next one, okay, I think in this one here, Mecha Godzilla is probably going to be something shitty. It might end up being a bad guy or something of that nature, or it gets hacked or whatever the fuck. And Godzilla and Kong have to team up against it. Or Mechagodzilla is with Kong fighting regular Godzilla, and then everyone teams up against some other big bad that they have kept secret from us. Possibly Mecha Ghidorah, but if not, why the fuck would they have the Easter egg of Ghidorah coming back anyway? So I think Mecha Ghidorah would at least be in the next one.
Yeah.
They also did the Oxygen Destroyer
Yeah.
in the last movie, which could set up Destroyer as well.
Could be.
Yeah. So that could come in either in this one here or in the next one too.
Yep.
I want to see a live action Godzuki.
Oh, yep. I'm looking at the Wikipedia for Mechagodzilla, and he is going to make an appearance in Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, no shit. Why do you not believe me on things, man?
Because I haven't heard anything about it until now.
Really? There's been so much shit about it. It's like such old news. Actually,
Spoilers.
that news was leaked before the official the official name of that big weird bat thing that Kong is fighting, and he like grabs one and swings it into the other one.
Rodan?
No, it's a
Bat.
no, it's not. It's like a big winged snake. And it's called I think it's called War Bat. Is what they call it.
No blast. Nice to see you.
Hey, this guy.
Hey.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw the invite in chat.
Well, he says Mechagodzilla was shown in that last trailer. Was it?
Am I seeing him on Google Images right now, or is this like some fan art?
I don't know. He's weird looking though. Like they took liberties with his design. I'm not sure if I'm on board with it.
Lazarus Nova, if either of you guys wants to pop on, links in chat.
I don't recall seeing Mechagodzilla in the last one.
He wasn't. No, he couldn't have been in the last one. Is that him? If so, I'm fucking digging it. That's some Power Ranger
I
shit
don't
right
remember
there.
that in the
The
trailer.
one underneath it, the one to right here, right
That
now.
one?
Nope. Nope.
Which one?
Right to the left,
That?
right there. That is closer to the official thing that I saw, as far as the like the toy when they were showing the toy. It looked a lot like that.
If I can find the toy.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
Oh hey, look at that is right over there. That's is that Ankylos right there?
No, I think that's Godzilla with a bunch of armor on.
Oh, he's too small though. That's classic Godzilla. So let's see. I don't know. This might be a smaller scale version. I don't know.
Oh, Nova says he was on the computer screen in the background.
Oh.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one of those shitty, little Easter eggs, was it? That's not really canon.
Oh, I don't know. He's definitely supposed to be in it though. He might be made by. Oh, Bear's
Love
gonna
you,
go.
Bear.
Love you, Bear. Bye, Bear.
Hi, Bear.
She has a
Have a
real
good
job,
night.
so she has to have a real job.
Yeah, and she's gonna have a long night. So good luck, madam.
And we just got a mouse.
This?
What?
I'll go take care of that.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Huh.
Yeah. See?
Oh, damn. Well, either way, it's already cooler than Pacific Rim.
You don't like Pacific Rim?
I don't like the second one.
Yeah, the second one was fucking weird, wasn't it? It was like it didn't. It almost felt like someone was trying to. You know, like when Transformers first came out, and there was that studio that made like a bunch of. It was like Transmorphers or some shit. It was like
Asylum?
totally.
Yeah.
Huh?
The Asylum?
Sure. The second Pacific Rim movie felt like that to me. Like it was someone trying to bank off of Pacific Rim by making a shittier version of it.
Which is funny because the Asylum actually made Atlantic Rim. So, you know.
Oh, really?
Whether or not Pacific Rim 2 was worse than Atlantic Rim is up for grabs. So
I haven't seen it. You know what we ought to do? That's actually something that I used to do back in the day with my sister. We had this. What's
watch
up?
really bad sci-fi movies.
Well, actually, no. It was really bad horror movies. So we would take turns, and it was bad horror movie night is what we had. We would take turns picking a horror movie and trying to like outdo each other. And like, what's the worst, just the dumbest fucking horror movie we could find? We should do that. Like, you know, like how we watch something and then we make notes on it. We talk about it and shit the next day.
Yeah.
We should do that. We should like all decide to watch something and then come back and be like, all right, let's discuss what happened. I like that.
That's interesting. We should do that. But should we do it like just horror or should we go into like sci-fi?
Well, I didn't mean horror specifically. I mean like those fucking janky ass movies like the Transmorphers and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There she is.
Yeah, we should do that though. No, we'd have to make some rules. Like if it's something that appears like on the Sci-Fi Channel or it was like made for the Sci-Fi Channel, we'd have to like scratch that off because that's too easy. Plus,
Yeah,
they're starting to get too
terrible.
tongue in cheek. Yeah, but they're starting to
It's
get too tongue in
terrible, do it.
cheek. It's annoying.
You're tongue in cheek.
Well, I hope so.
What do you think about that, Since?
I think you and Jake should do it.
What? You don't want to be part of it? You don't want to watch stupid knockoff movies?
It's exhausting.
Watching stupid knockoff movies?
Yes.
How is it exhausting?
I don't get the same thrill out of it.
Was that in English?
I don't get the same thrill out of it. It's hard to hear myself and speak at the same time.
Can you
How
hear
about-
yourself?
Yeah, it's like a half-second delay.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because you're using wireless?
It's because I'm using your microphone. It's your microphone, so for you it's seamless. For me, there's a split-second delay. So it's hard to process that.
How did we not have that before? How was that not an issue before?
Or was it an issue you just neglected to share that?
It's an issue that we didn't have before because we figured it out, but that was a year ago. So I have since forgotten, and we're slowly figuring it out. And as we're talking, I think I know what to do next time, but it's just dealing with it for this episode.
I don't know. Your voice and like your video is like perfectly syncing.
Yeah, but live action versus video, it's a little bit of delay. Just like how this versus if you pulled up a YouTube tab, there would be a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
So, just
Well, we can also change up the challenge a little bit to where it's like one really bad knockoff movie, but then one knockoff movie we think is legit, possibly good. How's that? And then we switch it up like every other week.
A knockoff movie that's good.
Yeah. Or like a movie that's trying to cash in kind of knockoff, like not necessarily like Transmorphers or something like that.
Or Atlantic Rim.
Yeah, or Electric made by the same people. Asylum. Yeah, but like something that's obviously trying to cash in on like a trend.
Well, the Bumblebee movie was great, and that was going to be dog shit initially, and then
Yeah,
there's
that's
the
not
directors.
cashing in on a trend.
I don't know.
No, that's
Are you
DreamWorks.
not even listening to him?
I'm-
You're not
off.
even listening to him.
I'm
The
trying and failing, but I'm
Well,
trying.
they did do Schindler's List, and that was pretty good.
Man, The Pianist is a total knockoff.
Well, technically,
Actually,
actually,
they're all knockoff of Diary of Anne Frank.
when you think about it, technically, Dick Tracy was a knockoff movie.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. Yeah, the Dick Tracy movie specifically was because, what was it? Fucking, the hell's his name?
Roger Rabbit?
No, god damn it. The
Shadow?
boy who actually played fucking Dick Tracy.
Oh,
I forget his name.
I know, right?
I'll look
Damn it. What the hell was his name? Like, I know his fucking name until I go to say it, and then I'm like, I don't know.
It wasn't an Inspector Gadget movie, was it?
No, would you fucking stop?
fucking no.
Well, finish your fucking thought. Jesus.
I'm trying to. What's his name?
Warren Beatty?
Warren Beatty. Yeah.
Beatty.
He fucking saw 89 Batman and was like, that's the best thing that's ever been. I need to do one. I need to do one for Dick Tracy because I love Dick Tracy. So he made Dick Tracy like straight up exactly like the 1989 Batman. Like there's a bunch of scenes and shit that are like the same fucking scene. But he did it with Dick Tracy because he's a big fan and he loved what dude did with Batman. So
It was a good
technically,
movie, though.
it's a knockoff movie.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
argue that, even though I think Dick Tracy
Yeah.
actually predates Batman, but you know, I think that would
Yeah,
qualify it as a
But the movie itself, not the
The
character.
movie was a knockoff
He
of
made it.
1989
He made it
Batman.
just using
Yeah. I get
Dick
it.
Tracy instead. So technically, that would count, wouldn't it? In which case, that would be the best knockoff movie I'm aware of.
That I'm kind of on the fence with that one because you're not wrong, but I'm not sure how much that would be considered a knockoff movie.
So,
It's definitely
off
a
topic.
cash-in.
Aside from like a plagiarism, then I think a knockoff is a little bit more,
Well, if we're
a
going
little
to
bit
go
nicer to say than saying he flat out fucking plagiarized Tim Burton.
well, to be honest,
So-
if we were talking about comic book adaptations and stuff like that turning into knockoff films, that would go to RoboCop because it was originally supposed to be a Judge Dredd movie that never got made.
Right, but that's not a knockoff of another movie that came like literally. Okay, so what we were talking about in the first place before you started finding every hair and splitting it.
No, I kind of agree with you. I'm just not sure.
Well, you have to agree with me because I'm 100% correct. What we said specifically was something that was done to cash in on something else that happened that was successful directly afterward. So Batman happened. It was very successful. Directly afterward, Warren Beatty turned around and did Dick Tracy frame for frame in a lot of shots because specifically as a response to Batman, but changing the character to a character that he liked. If anything, that
we consider that we classify that as a cash-in knockoff as opposed to a knockoff.
right, a cash in knockoff, not a knockoff like a Transmorphers trying to trick somebody into saying like
Yeah, not trying to trick
Yeah.
grandma into buying the wrong movie for her Timmy. Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
cash in because Batman '89 really did start off the first wave of comic book films that we know of, the first true wave.
I have a question.
what's up?
Would Crazy Rich Asians qualify as a knockoff of Big Fat Greek Wedding? Or is that just too much of a gap in time?
I think the time.
I think the fact that nobody watches those fucking movies or gives a shit.
I do. Fuck off. You're a dude.
She,
They were
Jesus
not made
Christ.
for you.
No, she. You're a straight white male. They weren't made for you.
They weren't made for you.
No, it's I would actually say, now hear me out on this one.
Mhm.
I would say because of the era that Crazy Rich Asians was made, and how long ago Big Fat Greek Wedding was made, which was a fun, relatively original film.
Yeah.
Even though it's not made for me, or I'm not the specific demographic that would like
It's
a movie
absolutely
like that.
a chick flick.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I appreciate it for what it is. I'm
Yeah.
not a huge fan of it, but I appreciate it. It's fine.
Mhm.
I don't need to dump on it just because it's not for me. But Crazy Rich Asians, I think, hear me out on this one. I think that one could officially be called like an unofficial reboot kind of thing. Like
You
it's
think?
because because it's a different generation.
Okay.
It's a new generation. It's a new era. So it's a new generation of moviegoers and whatnot. It is like this generation's Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So it's like an unofficial reboot for this new era, in the era
So-
of fucking reboots and everyone redoing. It's very much Big Fat Greek Wedding, but what if Asian?
So not a knockoff, a reboot.
That's
Is
what
what
I
you're
would say. Yeah.
Mm.
You don't
Okay.
think so? You don't
I
see
don't know.
that?
I feel like it classifies as knockoff because reboot would be like how Big Fat Greek Wedding did a second one, or it was like a series or something. They try to come back with like the daughter of the daughter.
That's not a reboot though. That's a continuation. That's more of a
okay.
sequel.
I would say a reboot.
And then,
would
like,
have to be
Crazy
based-
Rich Asians came out and just like completely different nationality.
Yeah,
so I feel
that's
like that's
what
a
a
knockoff.
fucking reboot is.
That can
I
be
don't
a reboot, but it could also just be just an example of let's just try to capture that same kind of audience.
I think it's an unofficial reboot because all right, if
Okay.
they looking at
Maybe it's spiritual.
the way Hollywood works, guaranteed it came up at some point in time. The movies themselves are way too similar.
Yeah.
So guaranteed it came up like, oh, that was a huge hit back in the day. Let's do that again. So it's like a reboot of what Big Fat Greek Wedding did, like what it was doing for this new generation.
Yeah.
It can't be, say, a remake, because a remake is going to be more like shot for shot of what the other movie was.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Or at least trying to be shot for shot of what the other movie was, where a reboot is you're changing a bunch of shit to make your own franchise, but
Okay.
it's using that same kind of thing. Where in this one, it's the theme as opposed to the actual characters.
Which would be Crazy Rich Asians and Big Fat Greek Wedding versus Dick Tracy and Batman.
Right.
I'm tracking.
Yeah.
I would say like really good examples of knockoffs and cash-ins would probably be the period in time when everyone was trying to make like the next Harry Potter and stuff like that during the early days, like
Oh
Spider-Man.
yeah. Yeah.
Percy
That to me was the era of hit and miss. Some were actually relatively decent,
Uh-huh.
but the era of fucking knockoffs right there
it
is
was pretty bad.
definitely. It has to be. What's the next young adult book franchise that has to happen? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, I would
'cause
say like the only good
that was
one
out of my
that
bounds.
I would say like the only good one that came out of that was probably a series of unfortunate events, but I
That
think
was a singular movie though.
yeah, but it also became a Netflix series that
Right, but
it was okay.
I don't know.
like that movie.
I don't know if I would count that though, to be
Nope.
honest, because they were
Because it's
trying
not
to launch-
magical. It is black pilled as fuck. It's nothing to do with Harry Potter.
What the fuck are you
It-
babbling about, man?
How you guys were talking about Harry Potter knockoffs?
No,
No.
Fuck.
It's not necessarily that it has to have magic, but it has to have like a very fantastical element to it, and is based around like a elementary to middle school
All right.
young adult novel kind of
look.
series.
So, series of unfortunate events does not count with that, and I will tell you why. Because everyone trying to do the next Harry Potter movie series, they were trying to launch a franchise. Where Series of Unfortunate Events was a movie. It became a movie, and then later on, way later on, they did the Netflix
Yeah.
show, which was a beginning, middle, and end
Mhm.
show.
Yes.
The movie itself was beginning, middle, and end, its own movie. It was not trying to launch a franchise. However, you could say Maze Runner, Hunger Games, Hunger Games, not necessarily.
Those are
Hunger Games itself was a complete fucking ripoff, but they were trying to do the next young adult book series into a movie franchise.
I think Hunger Games is actually when you start seeing a merger with the knockoffs of the Harry Potter series and the knockoffs of the Twilight series, because you are tackling that young adult demographic right there. But especially with like the Hunger Games, you're tackling the female demographic that Twilight had. But you had enough action to where, like some boys would go and see it and everything, like taking their girlfriends or whatnot, or just like having it on the background. And that's when you get stuff like Maze Runner, Divergent, and all that shit like that.
I think
That
I have
was
a
the
better
other one.
example.
Divergent was
Hold
another
on.
one, yeah.
I think I have a better example
What
of
do you
a
got?
good
What do you got?
knockoff.
We
And
weren't
it's
talking
young
good
adult.
knockoffs. We were just saying
Hold on.
knockoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
sure.
specifically young adult magic movie franchise Aragon, because it was a book
Yeah.
series. It was popular when the Lord of the Rings movies were being made.
Uh-huh.
Harry Potter was being made, and they're like, "Let's do Aragon," and they butchered it.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we were talking about. We're
Yeah.
saying like there was that era
Yeah,
where everyone wanted to do the next Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So Aragon was the third
Aragon,
one, and they fucked that
absolutely.
one right up. Like a lot of those never
So
even
bad.
got. A lot of them never even really got to the next movie.
no,
It really did. They
City of
weren't-
Ember was one of them. City of Ember was actually relatively decent.
Golden Compass, I know that was a big one.
Yeah, Golden Compass. But that
Competing
one
with
is
Narnia.
now on. They're redoing
Chronicles of
that.
Narnia was not a ripoff.
No. They were making Narnia, and then they made Golden Compass to compete with Narnia, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
That was they're doing it on what is it, HBO now. They have something his Dark Materials or
His
whatever
Dark
it's called.
Materials. It's
Yeah, so
all
that
over
one's getting
Pinterest
that.
right now. It's fucking annoying.
Huh?
It's all over Pinterest because I pin ferret things, and apparently there's a weasel in the show.
Hmm.
So they're
I
like,
hear good
"Hey,
things
here's
about
Dark
them.
Materials."
I hear
I'm
good
sure
things.
it's great. I don't know about it. I don't give a fuck. But it's showing me all this fan art and stuff. It's like, I don't care. Get it off my dash.
You know what else was really good, Jegs? But since we're talking about shit like this now, since we're just rambling now at this point, it was really good, but it also was fucking bizarre. And now it's like, well, fuck. I sure hope they do a second season that might even remotely explain any of this shit. But Raised by Wolves.
Yes.
Raised by Wolves.
Seen trailers and stuff for that. I have no fucking idea what it's about, and it confuses the shit out of me.
It was really good. It really was. It was actually shot very well. The acting was incredible.
Wasn't
It was.
it Ridley Scott? Wasn't he directing it or producing it?
Yeah. It's fucking nuts. But like, you're looking at it, you're going to watch it, you're like, all right, cool. So there's only 3 episodes left. So now shit's really going to start like coming together, and we're really going to, get some questions answered. And it just gets fucking bizarre.
Pulls a Lost on you where it's just like, all the questions.
Yeah.
Season ends.
Bunch of questions, and it's the end of the season. You're like, holy shit! But it's set up to where it's like, well, we have to have a second season now because it's all totally. The whole world is blown open essentially to where you're like, now you know all the information as far as like being introduced to everyone. You're introduced to all the shit, and you know for the most part the rules of the world. And now it's like, well, fuck, we need a second season to
'Cause it-
actually see how it interacts with everything else.
It ends on a cliffhanger. Like the last 5 minutes, they introduced like
Go.
5 different things. No spoilers. Last 5 minutes are intense, and the season ends.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they
I'm-
have to do
I'm
next season.
Cautious. I might get around to it because it has been just like itching in the back of my brain for a while now. Just like what the hell
Really
is-
good. It's fucking bizarre, but
Right.
it's really good.
both
if I may-
Lost and Westworld, which yes, I know J.J. Abrams. Both of those really disappointed me, especially Westworld. What up?
Did Abrams do Westworld?
He produced it, and which is why it turned into a gigantic hunk of shit.
Did it just get fucking weird? We only watched the first season of it. I
Yeah.
really liked the first season.
It not only turned to shit, it got woke because it's J.J. Abrams. You can't. Nothing J.J. Abrams touches survives very long. Even stuff he makes, like even Cloverfield. Remember
Like
when
fucking
interesting.
You ever watch Alias?
No.
So Alias was fun. The first, so it's got 5 seasons, right? And so my wife was, when we first got together, she was a really big fan of Alias. But it wasn't like, oh my god, this is the best thing's ever been. It was more like, yeah, I totally understand that it's, fucking Alias, but it's all right, So I was all right, I care about this person. I'll indulge her and I'll fucking watch this with her. So she was like, oh man, really? I was like, yeah, totally, let's watch it. And the first 2 seasons was like, this was really watchable. This is actually, it's fun. It's campy. There's definitely some campy parts, but it knows it's campy. It doesn't take itself super seriously. It's this, college girl who's also this hardcore like CIA spy,
Okay.
And it's fun. It's a fun premise because she's juggling going to college, but also being one of the top agents kind of thing, but also having an issue with her dad, like that kind of shit. And like then she finds out that, oh man, the guy she's working for is actually evil and she's been on the wrong side the whole time. And it's like, oh no, right? So it's fun for the first 2 seasons, and then it just goes fucking downhill and gets so goddamn stupid. Now, all right. So first of all, I hate Jennifer Garner personally with a passion. I really don't like Jennifer Garner. And
I'd hate her if I remembered who she was.
When it started, she was still kind of like relatively like she's been in a bunch of like 13 Going on 30 and Alias and all this other shit. Shut up. She was what? We don't have a time frame. Don't give me the wrap it up fucking signal. It isn't like
I was trying to say something
to
and
commercial.
then you just went off on a tangent.
Hold on. We're on Jennifer Garner now. This is a thing. We're discussing this. So she used to be like, I don't get when people pass her off like she played Elektra, and it's like Elektra's a short Greek lady, and Jennifer Garner's like what 7'3". She's fucking huge. She's this large lady. She has this big old jaw, giant ears. Her head looks like a fucking foot. Like she's just fucking bizarre looking.
Like
but
extremely Caucasian. And Electra's supposed to be Mediterranean.
Yeah, they pass her off as being like, this super hot lady. And then she's playing like, a character who's like 10 years younger than she actually is. And it starts to show in like season 3. Where she's like, I'm a college freshman or whatever. And it's like, but she's just this super butch. And then there's one where I realized, okay, I can't take this show seriously anymore. So she's undercover at like the beginning of every fucking every episode, right, in Alias. So we're wrapping it back up here, back to Alias. And she's undercover. And this episode starts off where she's undercover in fucking Japan. And she's dressed up like a geisha. And she's like, what is it? She's fucking, she's passing. She's passing like no one sees that she's this massive Caucasian broad now. And it shows her, and there's a bunch of other people. And she's like, noticeably like 3 feet taller than every other fucking geisha, and she's just totally
she's taller than even men here. How'd
and
she
like,
do that?
Dude, nobody even acknowledges it, and then it's revealed that she's a spy. They're like, "Oh no, it's a spy! What?" And it's like, dude, she's huge.
We should have seen that. She almost 6 feet tall.
She's got this big old like her big weird chiseled jaw. She's got this.
Like how they have the geishas have those like ridiculously tall shoes sometimes.
Yeah.
Like they could have just taken the shoes off of Jennifer Garner for the scene or whatever.
She's so awkward too, man. She's like
they could have not put her in yellow
on those things, and it's like she looks like a baby horse trying to learn how to walk. She's just clumping around and shit. It's like, oh, it's supposed to be like this graceful fucking geisha, and then it's revealed she's like, I was a spy the whole time, and they're like, what?
I hope
it was me all along, the tall ass white woman.
I can't watch this shit anymore.
I hope Ben Affleck finds this episode. So it's just like, we feel you, man. Your ex-wife is trash, man.
Yeah.
We love you, Ben Affleck.
He doesn't have a lot of luck. That poor guy.
Poor man.
But anywho, so yeah, the first
he's good now is pretty cool.
If anyone ever hears this and was ever thinking to watch Alias, in all honesty, like I still need to make Sneaks watch it.
Oh no, I don't want to.
Shut up. Like the first 2 seasons of it are actually they're entertaining. It's legitimately you would put on a show with that type of a premise to be able to turn your mind off and be entertained. And it's legitimately entertaining. There's the supporting cast is what really does it. If it was just her and it was like everyone else was just serious, there's no way that show would have made it as far as it did. The supporting cast fucking nails it. What's up?
So, Raised by Wolves.
Yeah, what about it?
Did you have a point about Alias?
That was just another show because he brought up Lost. He brought up J.J. Abrams stuff.
J.J. Abrams starts off solid and then does the whole mystery box
Exactly.
and never fucking answers your
Well,
goddamn
you know what?
questions.
That's actually
If he makes it, it starts off solid.
Exactly.
If it's something that's not his property, it's immediately turned to shit.
Fair enough.
the in Alias. That's what it was. Like right after they had this whole thing of her like being a spy and shit, and then all of a sudden it was there was this guy back in the day that like he was like this big crazy inventor, like a Da Vinci kind of a character.
Okay.
And he invented, I guess, some machine that might be a doomsday device. We don't know. And there's some cult that like is going after these different parts to put this device together. So like the last like 3 seasons of it is all about
Son
this
of a
cult
bitch.
of this.
This is Creed ripoff Alias.
Dude, it is the dumbest shit ever. And that is
just like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Probably.
But that's essentially what the last like 3 seasons of it is. And it never goes anywhere. It never even says what the device does.
It's the mystery box.
And literally and then it just ends. And it actually ends in it. Like it's not like it ends on a cliffhanger and they wanted another season. No, it actually ends. The story itself actually ends and it's like a big happy ending. But you're sitting there like, what the fuck did it do though? What is the fucking point to it?
That was lost. I was so
Nothing
upset.
is answered.
Years of my life invested watching Lost.
Nothing
and
is
it's just
answered.
like
And the fucking guy, like my favorite character was her dad on it, and his name's Jack, and he's a fucking badass. And she has daddy issues, so she hates him sometimes. And it turns out that he's actually not a bad guy. He's that kick-ass spy who's like he's okay with having to be the bad guy if he gets the fucking job done. And she resents him because she's an asshole. And but I loved him. Sometimes he was just a stone cold fucking prick.
fair
I
enough.
loved him, right? But then he goes out at the end, he does this kind of a hero thing, but I'm like, dude, not only was that entirely unnecessary where he did not have to fucking do it, because the main bad guy essentially is like Bernie Sanders. And it's like, it's not Jack can take out this cat, like, just leg wrestle him, dude. Like, there's nothing, you don't have to fucking bury yourself with him or some shit, you know? So he goes out and it's like, fuck, man. That was the coolest dude ever. And he went out like a fucking bitch, saving the day, essentially. And then everyone just kind of moves on. Like, no one gives a shit. Are you fucking serious?
Same shit happened in
man.
Lost.
Wow, that
Same
sounds
shit.
like a lot of the same plot elements we saw in Star Wars.
Right?
Yeah.
Phasma.
Speak-
but to be
by the
fair,
way-
that wasn't Dude's
Fair.
fault. That was Ryan Johnson.
No,
But
The
anyway.
Force Awakens was fucking garbage too.
So let me just real quick. Wolves, Raised by Wolves.
Oh.
So did you end up seeing what was it? Dark Crystal on Netflix.
Not
Their
yet.
series.
Not yet. I've
Ooh.
been wanting to. I have not gotten around to it
So
because I don't
good.
have Netflix.
Fuck. Okay, so
I need to start it.
they touch on a pretty serious points of like construct of politics and religions and stuff like that. Like
You know,
how you
honestly,
see
I don't
the
even
world.
care what the show is about. I just want to see that sweet Jen Henson Muppetry at work.
Fair enough. But they touch on like mega churches and politics and like the flaws of all of that. And like when you get to the heart of what a government should be, what a church should be, like what are you supposed to find there? And
Not Joel Osteen. That's who.
exactly. So Dark Crystal touched on that. And Dances Wolves is pretty much all about that. Where it's just like when you get to the core of what you believe in. Why do you believe in it? And it goes on everything. So atheism to hardcore zealots, like nobody is safe in that show. It analyzes all of it. So when we first started watching it, we're like, fuck, is this going to be woke? Like, I'm not in the mood for this. And then we keep watching. We're like, okay, let's just give it a chance. Let's keep an open mind. And it keeps going and just like, oh, so it is balancing both sides. It's legitimately looking at everyone's bias because you can't make something and not have bias. So it's almost like Ridley took that under consideration and just added all the bias, just all the possible bias. The show is just steeped in it. And just like everyone's an asshole. Like you kind of root for a few people at one point or another, but everyone's an asshole. So no matter what their background is, if they're woke or not, everyone's fucked. And it's great. I really appreciate that show for what it is.
Okay.
And so I hope it gets a second season.
No, it's canceled.
What?
Yeah, Dark Crystal is fucking canned.
Yeah,
No, not that one. Fucking Raised by Wolves.
Oh,
Oh, you were talking about Dark Crystal.
I said Dark Crystal and then I said Raised by Wolves.
Did you seamlessly go back to Raised by Wolves? Because the entire time you were talking about Dark Crystal.
I literally thought you were talking about Dark Crystal, and I'm
Sorry.
like, I'm skeptical about how that should sound because Jen Henson was like very Christian.
No. Okay, so Dark Crystal touched on like
Well,
how
now
mega
that-
churches are
Yeah,
and like the politics of like politics and government and religion and the marriage
It
of
touches
that.
on zealots and all that shit. And
Yeah.
it did legitimately, like, seeing who all was in it and, the actors and shit like that. And I'm like, oh, it could be. And this is like right when Mark Hamill was, the Trump derangement syndrome was hitting him really hard at that point in time. So I'm like, dude, this better not just be one of those fucking things, man. It better not be one of those things. And it
But
wasn't.
it wasn't.
It honestly, I don't know of any actual wokeness. I can't really pick out any actual wokeness in that.
Yeah.
So when you watch it,
hear anything about it?
what's that?
I've yet to hear any kind of wokeness from Dark Crystal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was worried about it, but it worried us. But we watched it like right when it was on, and we were allowed to watch it. We pretty much it took us a couple days. We pretty much just kind of muscled through it, and it was fucking really good. Like
Yeah.
it felt so true to the first one.
Yeah.
Like very true to it. It really did. It didn't do a whole lot of shit that actually like destroyed anything from the first one. Like it didn't seem like they were wanting to retcon a bunch of shit or anything like that because it's a prequel,
It added to the lore where it's just like in the first one they're walking through and they're like, oh, this is our entire society. What could have possibly happened? When you watch the Dark Crystal Netflix series, it's like, yeah, this could have absolutely happened.
You see it starting to happen.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks that it doesn't get a second season because it was at the end of the first season, you still weren't where you needed to be to have it be a true prequel to the first one because it went back so far in time. You needed to see more to make it make sense that you got from here to there. You still didn't see the true corruption and the true destruction. You got to see right when it was like, begun the Clone Wars have kind of thing. Like you got to see right when it starts and not how everything went down.
But yeah. So that touched on like mega church, religion, government, corruption, that kind of thing. But what I was saying with Dances with Wolves is it's
Dances with Wolves?
Or not Dances with Wolves.
That movie was fine. I
Raised
don't
by
think I need
Wolves.
to watch it again.
Raised by Wolves. It's legitimate, like, what do you believe in?
Yeah, that sounds like
Atheism,
something really
religion,
Scott would
whatever.
produce.
What's up?
That sounds like something really Scott would produce. Like the dude would have. He's like the most agnostically person to ever agnostic in his films and everything like that. Like in Kingdom of Heaven, like the extended director's cut, which I love, by the way. It's like the guy who plays Lupin from Harry Potter, whose name I forget, the actor. He's pretty much implied to be an angel or like, a direct servant from God because like a bush spontaneously burst into fire in front of like the main character as like a signal. And I was like, well, God's totes real in this movie.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of like he's like, I don't know, you gotta do what you gotta make your life the best of it. I'm like, nah. It's like an angel just visited you on the Christian side, man. I'm pretty sure you're justified.
Well, like with Prometheus, I didn't watch the movie following that, but I remember watching Prometheus and being like really intrigued because for once you have a Christian who's not an idiot. Like
Yeah.
you're actually kind of rooting for them, and
Well, hold on a little bit. All the scientists on there were stupid, but on the scale of stupid, she was not that stupid.
exactly. So, as far as everyone in the movie is concerned, she wasn't the idiot,
Yeah.
and
I did kind of roll my
religion
eyes when
didn't
they.
make her an idiot. It was just like kind of a side note, and she was able to be religious and curious and open to the idea that there was more science, the Genesis story, which I appreciated. Where it's just like she's not.
I did kind of roll my eyes at the, it's like, oh, this is, aliens exist, therefore, why are you still wearing your cross? And I'm like, where's the contradictions? Like that, I don't know where people get the idea that religion and like the existence of aliens, disproves, a god.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so aliens
So-
made us and they fucked off. Okay, well, they're not God, are they? They're just the assholes who just like put their DNA into goop, primordial goop. I mean, if they really want to pull that shit, then hell, like an amoeba is a god. Then it's like, no, that ain't how it works.
But I appreciated Prometheus because she wasn't an idiot and she was still open-minded and religious.
Yeah, there's
No.
several things I liked in Prometheus, but I don't know. I'm never really compelled to watch it again.
Same.
Though I did find it funny as fuck when that squid thing was like attacking Kim, that when she like kind of had a C-section with that squid alien thing, and then it attacked the guy at the end, because all I could hear was early Kyler from Squidbillies just shouting his lines and stuff like that, like the redneck that he is. It's like I just kept imagining that, and I was like, this is funny as hell.
The hell are you babbling about?
You ever seen Squidbillies?
No.
It's funny as fuck. It's stupid as hell, but it's funny as all hell.
I think I've seen Squidbillies. Is that
It's
the one
funny.
with grandma? It's got a grandma in it, right?
Yeah, Grandma Squid, and like the guys wearing like a booty hunter hat, and they're all squids and everything, just rednecks up in the Georgia mountains.
Christ.
It's funny as hell.
Okay.
So I just imagine like that squid attacking them and just having the voice of early Kyler from Squidbillies, and it's funny.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm listening.
Uh-huh.
I'm listening.
But
I believe you.
we were talking about knockoffs and stuff like that, right?
We
were.
were talking about knockoffs. In the first place, we were.
Yeah.
Until Snooze got us off topic.
It's kind of weird. Like, Aragon aside, there was not a lot of Lord of Rings knockoffs. Was
I
there?
feel like there were, but I'm just
Was
blanking
there?
at the moment.
We had Aragon, and we had like some fantasy films, like Last Witch Hunter or Seventh Son and stuff like that. But I wouldn't call them Lord of Rings knockoffs because none of them actually attempted to have that kind of epicness. Maybe somewhat, if you got very loose with it, you could say maybe Pirates of the Caribbean was kind of, itching that adventure fantasy.
I feel like
itch.
it's that genre.
I wouldn't exactly call that a knockoff.
Yeah.
I would say it was just like the adventure fantasy itch that he was scratching. That was about it.
Yes.
And nothing really scratched the Pirates of the Caribbean thing either. It's like Lord of the Rings and Pirates of the Caribbean, they were kind of like their own unique thing. Like nobody.
I remember HBO came out with Black Sails.
That was Stars, and Black Sails is fucking amazing.
Okay.
That's
And
its
then
own-
there was History
That
Channel
was Stars and
and
choose your next words
Vikings.
very carefully.
Have you not seen Black Sails?
not fully. I saw like 2 episodes.
Glue her ass to the seat and make her watch all 4 seasons.
Dude, okay. So when I first moved here, it was nothing but like, you haven't seen this? Okay, we're watching this. Now we're watching this. Now we're watching this. And it's just like,
Listen,
I watched so much shit in like the first year I moved here. I don't remember any of it. I have watched Black Sails, Vikings,
Rome, Deadwood.
There's so many others.
Vikings sucked.
Fuck you.
We liked Vikings.
I love Vikings. I watched it before I moved here. Was it
What?
not Archer? The one before that.
I love our
The two
Frisky
before
Dingo.
that. Frisky
Oh.
Dingo and
Essie McGee,
Sea
season
Lab.
2021.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we
I
can
watched
watch
both of
2021
those,
now.
Yeah, she hasn't seen Assie McGee. I haven't shown her Assie McGee yet.
But
I
I've
did
seen
get Essie
Frisky
McGee when I
Dingo
first
and
watched it.
Sea Lab, and I have no memory of either of them because I watched them back to back, and I was watching so much shit at the same time. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I almost finished everything that had come out at that point, and I have no memory of it because I just watched all of it.
I didn't get Frisky Dingo when it first came out, but though I probably would.
Wasn't she?
Hey man,
But I'd probably end up. But I probably end up
What's up,
appreciating
man?
Frisky Dingo now. Essie McGee. since it was
Chase,
such-
shut your ass up and hail Wise.
I already said, hey,
Do it again.
hail!
hail wise guys.
He's going to bed. You're disrespecting him.
Sweet dreams to you, sir.
Good night, good sir. What the shit. But yeah, I didn't get into Frisky Dingo when I first saw it, so I don't know. I might appreciate it more now. Essie McGee, I kind of hated it when I first saw it. I went and I started watching.
Okay.
So we actually did talk to Freg about that, and we're like, "Is there any conflict?" And he's like, "Nah, man, you're good." So
Yeah, we actually got, just so everyone's aware, the Black Flag thing, it has nothing to do with Dan Frega's Black Flag, but I didn't want to seem like we were trying to ride anyone's coattails or anything like that. So I actually had talked to him because I'm friends with him online. And he actually had helped us set up a couple pages, actually. We were like, hey, do you like this layout better or this layout and this and that or whatever? And he's like, yeah, it's cool. He commented on a couple of things that Snoops was doing and shit like that. So we've talked a little bit. But I was
You
like, hey,
know,
I'm going to do
This is
this.
the
And
first time I am hearing this.
really?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Well-
friends with Frega on fucking Facebook.
not close, but like they're
Yeah, well, I'm not like,
acquaintances.
well, see, that's the thing too, is that I'm not like, I don't want to be like that super fan because I'm sure they get all those. You know, it's more like, I really like this guy's work, but I'm sure he hears that all the time. So I'm not going to stay up his fucking butthole all the time. So every now and then I'll be like, hey man, can I trouble you for some insight real quick? He's like, yeah, totally. And then I'll send him a couple things. What do you think about this? Oh yeah, this and this. All right, cool. Thanks a lot, bro. No problem. And then when we first launched the Black Flag podcast, he actually like made a joke. He's like, oh, that's a nice name. And I'm like, this guy is funny. But I had already told him, I was like, hey man, just so you know, I want to call it this, but if it ends up, if people start saying that I'm fucking ripping off of you or anything of that nature or whatever, that's not what I'm doing. It's more of a pirate theme kind of thing, like doing our own thing. He's like, yeah, no
Like a
problem.
mix
dude.
between pirate radio and just being rebellious against the
Yeah,
world.
exactly. That's all it was. But yeah, he's aware of us. He's aware of our work.
Yeah.
And
Oh, hell, it's
Okay.
like,
He's a super chill
you ever-
guy.
he's always
Like,
welcome on the show.
yeah, I dig Frega, dude. He's a really cool dude. He's actually probably
I'm so
one of my favorites from
I'm so upset I didn't get to back
The
his book
hierarchy.
because I was broke.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been broke for like ever, and hell, I'm still gonna be broke until next Friday.
I probably got a couple issues of it coming. I can probably just send you one of mine.
Oh hell yeah! I still gotta sing you Earthworm Jim.
Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
got her from Jim coming too.
Okay.
Because I loved her from Jim when I was younger. And when he's doing the Earthworm Jim 2, I decided to just do both of them. And I figured, what?
I heard that.
You hear that?
Yes.
You fucking hear that shit? Huh?
Knock it
All
off.
right. Fucking mouth shut then.
Well, I hear the fucking ferret in the background that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
That's,
amazing.
anyway, yeah, I figured that my daughter would actually get a kick out of her from Jim. I got Guano Guy too, like the first 6 issues of Guano Guy.
She liked that.
Yeah, I got her on that, and then I got Scurry. I got the whole box set of Scurry, and I figured I would
I
share
need
that
to
with
get
you
Scurry.
as well.
Whenever
Dude, Scurry was fucking dope, dude. That box set, I actually kept it in the box that it came in.
Hail Fate!
Hey,
Thank you
Faye.
for joining us, man.
Because the box set itself is so fucking dope.
Yeah.
Good.
Speaking of like fantasy comic stuff like that, you see the new Conan comic?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's Ablaze Comics and everything. They've been adapting Conan to Barbarian, and they do a really fucking good job. There's a Bounding Into Comics article about it.
Who's doing
I'm
it?
telling you, man, for Conan,
No, who's doing it? Who's putting it out?
Ablaze Comics.
Blaze?
Ablaze. ABLAZE.
To Blaze. Here, you. What are you doing?
That's heavy.
I'm telling you, man, you want fantasy comics done right, just ask the Europeans. Because Bande Dessinée, man, they put that art style in there, and it just fucking rocks it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, because a lot of those motherfuckers, they don't use art, they don't use the American comic format at all, and everything like that. And a lot of times, they don't even use the same art supplies or same art style. They will paint it. That's why a lot of they will paint their comics, and it looks fantastic.
That style, actually, like, dude, I really wish. You know what I wish would come back, and we actually have an idea for it as well. I don't want to talk too much about it, but we have an idea for it on our side too. It's way down the line. There's actually two of them, two separate stories that are high fantasy. I wish that high fantasy stories would come back, like not just comics, but like books, like a new book series, like how the Conan ones, Solomon Kane, shit like that from back in the day.
Yeah, like
I really wish that shit. Yeah, I really wish like the little like the
Razor
novel
Fist.
series would come back, dude. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, there's plenty of them out there, but they're like the problem with a lot of fantasy is that they assume that the mainline like basic fantasy formula has been done over and over when really it hasn't. It's like so many people are doing like divergence or like little twists on fantasy that the actual like plain as day vanilla like Dungeons and Dragons style fantasy or something like that
Right.
is never really, that itch is never really scratched or anything like that. You don't see a lot of those coming out or anything like that because everything has to be like dark fantasy or have like some political twist or some some stuff like that, or like modern setting in the future, all that weird shit.
So see this here.
Yeah, but where's the good old sword sorcery, knight goes against a dragon, and evil wizards and shit like that? Where's that?
So check this out. I'm going to get back to exactly what you're about to say there, Jags, because I actually do have a comment on that. But why let's talk about release high fantasy book be the source of the comeback. This is why I gave you the thing for Scurry. Snoots.
Mm-hmm.
Show them on the thing. This here, wise, for anyone who didn't get Scurry, figure it out. Fucking try to get it, man. Because look at this. Okay, so first of all,
a great marriage between Ghost of a Tale video game and Redwall.
look at this. This is the box, right? It's like old school, super hard, rigid
Look at this.
box, gold embossed box, right?
That is
It has-
gorgeous.
It's huge. It has all three books in it. I actually keep it in the box that it got sent in, specifically because it's so fucking nice. You see that shit, Jags?
And it
That is-
came in this insane, amazing cardboard box.
Stop showing off
where
the
it's not
box.
going to get freaking
And
damaged.
this, oh my god, no! Show like the actual books though.
And then, yeah, I'm bringing
The
them out.
art on this is fucking nuts. This is seriously like I'm not getting paid for this or anything of that nature. This is
like
just
That art
seriously.
style right there, the painted art style with like watercolors, oils,
Show the
gouache,
inside of that.
that's exactly
As
what
an-
I'm talking about.
As an artist, I aspire to do this. And I am a little bit envious.
It's beautiful.
Like, look at that cat.
Right? Look at that lighting on it and everything. That is a good.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Disney comics that are released only in like France and Belgium and stuff like that, Europe. to have art styles almost like this, but with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy.
So these are when I was a kid, my dad had this box set of like fantasy books, and like each book talked about a different fantastic creature and shit like that, right? And they were this super hard, sturdy, like the shit you don't get anymore, right? They were just like these fucking books. These books are heavy. They're really friggin' hard. They have the UV covers on them, dude. It's fucking nice. And everything is it's all painted. All the artwork is all paint. It's fucking dope, man. And
that's why I'm making my comic. While I'm gonna go with like the mixed media of like watercolor, ink, and gouache and stuff too, because I love that art style.
This is this is okay. So coming from someone who is a creator, someone who is a perfectionist with a lot of things, like this is totally raising the bar. I think like honestly going forward now that and this book series is so late because and he was getting a lot of shit for it because like he was getting it printed before COVID happened. He was getting it printed overseas, and then everything seized up, and it was like, dude, I'm telling you, it's all done. I'm just getting it fucking going, and it was sitting overseas for like a year and a half. And let's see, would you show the cover again? It's Mac Smith.
It did.
Mac with like MAC. Yeah. But yeah, so everyone's giving a bunch of shit, but like the rest of us were like, dude, this is really nice. You know, let's just fucking do it. And it came, and this dude fucking delivered, man. Like I don't care about like how much it costs, how long I had to wait for it. It is awesome. The story is fucking awesome. The artwork is fucking awesome. The actual like just having it in hand is heavy. Like you saw Snoots almost drop it when I handed it to her because it's a lot heavier than you think. But this is a raised bar, man. Like we're obviously just getting started with issues, but as we get going with it, like I'm really gonna want to aspire, especially once we start doing like the higher fantasy stuff. Like issues, I want to be like it's a graphic novel. I want it to seem more like, you know, it is a collection of comics, like how they did with the omnibus reissues of Invincible. You know, I wanted to do more like that, where it's essentially just a paperback thing. But when we start doing like the higher fantasy stuff, when we start getting into Alpha and Pantheon, those are the high fantasy stuff we have in line past the issues universe. Those I want it to be like how Scurry is. Like I really want to take example from that and have it be like, this dude set the precedent. Why come out with something past this if it's going to be an inferior kind of work? Like
you know what I'm really liking about Scurry? It's reminding me a lot of Secret and Nim. And I love that movie.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why I backed it in the first place. I looked at it, I was like, holy shit, this is totally like a Secret and Nim kind of thing. And then I was reading it and I'm like, this is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, because that's just a good formula right there, where you have like rodents and like small animals and everything, and like the world just seems more fantastical just because the scale is shrunk down.
Yeah.
So like dangers have all like altered and everything like that. And then when you add in like more fantastical, like actual magic elements and everything like that, it just makes it just so enthralling to watch and everything like that. And speaking of you know, fantasy comics and everything like bande dessinée, you know, French, Belgian, stuff like that. This is actually Elric Melniboné comic that I have and I'm collecting, and I'm eagerly waiting for the 4th edition. And these books are huge. They're like albums. They're not, as I said, they're not standard comic book size. They're kind of like Scurry's, size. Though not quite as many pages. But you know, this is sort of an example of like the artwork and everything like that. It's mostly painted, maybe some colored ink. I'm pretty sure it's like mixed medium, but it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? And this is just some stuff from like this current Elric run of Titans comic, but there's also another one called Iran, which, if anyone reads the Chronicles of Prydain or anything like that, that book series would probably know where that name comes from, like an old Welsh name, because it actually does have the Black Cauldron in it, the magic stuff. But
right,
anyone who reads Heavy Metal Magazine would recognize this. And this is kind of, And both of them are kind of more like brutal dark fantasies and stuff like that. Like you can tell, like there's the Death Dealer helmet and all that stuff. There's violence. There's a lot of pictures I can't show on YouTube, but I highly recommend these. They're gorgeous. Like this guy, Grenier, who I believe is French, I want to say, might be Belgian. He hand paints these with oil and acrylic and stuff like that, and his artwork is just absolutely fucking gorgeous. You know, it is just metal as all shit. And
All right, so Jakes, hang on 1 second here. Wise, to answer your question of how much this was, so I'm looking on the Scurry thing on Indiegogo right now. The trilogy hardcover slipcase was $100. It looks like out of everything he did, he only 50 people bought the fucking slipcase. That's insane. So I have one of 50 that was sold, which blows my mind because this is like people are really missing out on that. But because it's really nice, man. It looks really good on camera, but it looks a lot better in person as well. But it was let me see, yeah, so it was about $100, and he ended up actually making it's 195, almost 196,000 on that. But it also started as, if you want to read a couple samples of it, it started as a web comic. So you can pull it up. I'm actually pretty positive you can still pull up the actual web comic and read a bunch of that as well. It's really, really cool. And the artwork is absolutely insane. For how, let's see, man, it is, no, this campaign is closed out. He closed it out. So he may have a website as well, still selling stuff, but the initial campaign finally closed out whenever he actually locked everything in to start to ship everything. But he, I'm stoked about it. It's like, as you saw, I still keep it in its original box that it was sent in because I don't want anything to happen to it, because I opened it up and I was like, holy shit, this is super nice. Like it was wrapped like it was, she shrink wrapped it and shit. It was all wrapped up in the first place. And I was like, damn, that's freaking awesome. But that's like legitimately, that is the new standard for high fantasy stuff, and yeah, it was totally indie comic. It was crowdfunded. He was just some dude who was like, yeah, I'm going to do a web comic, and decided to put it out. And, everyone who actually stuck around with him and waited for it, they got a friggin' killer set of books. So I'm very excited about that. Ferret's stealing the show. I'm sitting here talking about how I kept it in that same box it was shipped in. I don't want anything to happen to it. She fucking puts the ferrets down right on top of the box. Right on top of the box.
Well, they're in the box.
See?
God damn it, ferrets.
And she's bitching to me about making a bunch of noise and shit too.
And they're playing
ferrets
with
all
the
riled up.
thing that the microphone is sitting on.
That is, who's that? Flower and Raisin?
Yep.
It's Flower and Raisin.
The
Oh,
Fuck Shit
man.
Up crew.
Yep, that's the Fuck Shit Up crew, man. Those are our rowdiest ones right there.
yeah, man, I'm all for like that idea of like your fantasy comic and everything, going like the more traditional, like less comic booky kind of art, but like more of like, painted epic. And stuff
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
I want suits
I'm so done.
on both Alpha, and we already talked about this. We talked about this a while ago. Because actually, much like Issues, Issues started as one of the ideas that she had. And I was like, let's see how we can make this a real idea. Well, she had another idea that was just ass and way too complicated. It's overly complicated to actually explain. But I again was talking to our buddy Chris, who helped us out with Issues in the first place. And we started working out. We came up with the idea for Pantheon, which was actually as War Dance Comics, that was our second brainchild, man, was Pantheon. We've been working on that one almost as long as Issues, getting all the characters and everything fleshed out with that. And that's
But
something
focusing
we
on
want
Issues.
Yeah, focusing on Issues, obviously, but whenever we're talking to Chris and whatnot, and we really wanted to be,
You fucking thief.
what happened?
Yeah, look at that. James Cameron, you fucking thief.
Oh, wow.
That's blatant.
Is that an RV?
That's
There's
not
not even a fucking Native American right next to him, man. That's blatant as shit.
Wow. Nice.
Epic Comics. Let's see, September 1985 from Marvel. Golly.
Anywho, so we came up with the idea for Pantheon, and we wanted it to be like I had one thing in mind in the first place was the was it the it was
Do you want to
Typhon,
talk about it?
right? No, I'm not talking about that. I was talking about in Greek mythology. Isn't Typhon the father of monsters?
I can't
Wasn't it?
remember.
Jags? You're a nerd.
Father of monsters. I know Kronos is the father of the gods. Who's the father of
I
monsters?
think Typhon was, because he's supposed to be this big, just abomination sitting out in the middle of the ocean. And I had this this picture in my head of just showing the scale of it, right, of the beings in this book. And I had a thought of Typhon or whatever, Typhon or Typhus.
Not necessarily the father of monsters, but he was a monstrous serpentine giant and one of the deadliest creatures in Greek mythology, according to Hesiod. Typhon was the son of Gaia and Tartarus. However, one source
that's what I'm thinking of.
Gaia and Tartarus.
alone.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
point being, he's supposed to be massive, right? And I had this this idea in my head of having it be what is it? The like painted, having this big, like almost like an oil painting looking big, but she does really good digital painting, right? So having it be like our characters, and then the whole big backdrop is this just massive creature, you know. So they're like this little tiny, like how back in the day, whenever you would have like Conan going up against something, or just whoever the hero is, you know, and the hero is like down at the foot of this massive creature, and the thing just reaches up into the sky, you know, like having that kind of a this
Like an island on the back of a turtle, kind of big, huh?
yeah, this insurmountable fucking being in front of them. I had this idea for it, and I built out of that picture I had in my head. I built this idea for this story, this high fantasy story that, well, Chris and I did anyway, that we wanted to do off of Snoots' original idea, and having it be like, instead of it just is, her original idea to me was, it was a decent idea, but it was small. And
It was.
like the scale itself was small, and I'm like, you need to. My rule always with writing is, like, you come up with the idea, so you like it, you have that bias and whatnot, but the character or the readers need to have a reason to care. Right?
And that's always been a big issue I've had, where it's just like, much like a lot of J.J. Abrams products, where it's just like, he's an artist. It's pretty, but there's no substance to it. Like, you don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's always been my problem.
You need your own Frodo and Bilbo in the Shire kind of element to it.
Like you have to see that the world is bigger. There's reasons for why they're doing what they're doing, and there's a reason for you to care. Like every time she'll tell me something, I go, okay, cool. So here's the one big flaw though. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Why does that matter? It doesn't, like, people focus on, oh yeah, I have this character and he has these little
Abilities.
No, not abilities. Not that. He has these little like quirks to him and shit. Everyone wants to create this little like, well, this is what makes him unique. These little quirky thing. Like, who gives a fucking one fuck about your quirky character? Who cares that he has this little twitch? It doesn't matter when the rest of the story is fucking bland. The rest of the story has no soul. You can't create one character. Oh, he's unique because of this. He's unique because he has, you know, one arm, like the one character you had where it was like, oh, because of this. It's like, who gives a shit?
You really want a good, likable character, but he's in a setting where you're being fed little info over and over, slowly building up to a massive thing that shows where his place in this world is and shows truly the scale of it, while also, you know, explaining why the big events would affect and have a negative effect on this character who you do like, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and the other characters he's interacting with aren't 2D either. Like, I don't have that perspective or personality that Mike does.
I could probably help you with that.
I'm an artist. At first I was like, well, I need to be able to make my own little like web comic or whatever the hell. Like I need to make my own little project. And then I'd run it by Mike and he's like, that's dog shit. And the more I got into comics, I realized it's not actually one person, it's a team. Mm-hmm. So I had to put my pride aside, if you will, and realize I'm an artist. And that's one of the issues that, as me and Mike kept on discussing, it's an issue with main comics, like the industry comics right now, where it's just like you have all these people who may or may not be good at one thing, but they're put at the top of the goddamn company for no goddamn reason. And they shouldn't be there. They're not writers, they're not editors, but they're given those positions for whatever fucking reason.
I would say
it's people who can't get critiques getting these high level jobs. And I find myself in a position of like giving these story ideas, getting critiques, and being like, okay, obviously I'm not qualified. I'm going to give it to somebody who is qualified, i.e. Mike. So
one big issue that I have seen with a lot of people who are wanting to be writers and a lot of like comic creators and whatnot nowadays, and actually Snoots has kind of the same issue with it, is they'll come up with one initial idea, and a lot of it's like, hey, what if this? Oh wow, that's awesome. Let's totally turn that into a thing. It's one just initial idea. So they build a world around that. But what happens whenever you do that and still keep just that one specific idea is that the world tends to cater to that idea. So you start creating these characters like, Mary Sue's and shit like that, where the world essentially bends to, because you come up with the idea of like, I want a character that does this. Where actually everything that we've started writing in the first place, we started writing, we go, oh, this is a cool idea. Let's start building the world. And then we realize that the story has changed so much since we started, because we realized, well, if this happens, then this has to happen. There's rules to every world. You can't break the rules that you're establishing just because you want this character to be a certain way.
Yeah.
So when you start writing things, and it's like, well, it turns out we've written them, not like we've written ourselves into a corner, but we've like, okay, this is exactly what would happen. Oh shit. Like there's, a couple times that we talked about it, we go, you know what? This character might get themselves killed. That shit might just happen, because that's what happens in adventures,
There's death, there's legitimate plot points that we wanted to happen. We desperately wanted to add something. And it's like, it doesn't fit in this world.
Yeah, it no longer fits.
We have to ex machina this shit to come in, and we have to cut it out. Yeah. As much as we love it, we can't.
We refuse to do it because it's like, it's not just, we technically are the gods in the story, essentially. Like, we're the ones creating it and making it happen. But we're trying to make it like, I don't want people to turn around and be like, hey, I've read all your stuff, like in this specific world, I've read all of it, and I have this one big question. How the fuck? What the fuck? Because I'm that guy where I'll be like, dude, I love this. This is like, it's almost 10 out of 10. But if I ever meet this guy, I really want to meet this writer to be like, hey man, what the fuck were you thinking? What the fuck was this character thinking? Why the fuck would that ever happen? Because you wanted this to happen? Yeah. Fuck you.
And I'm extremely irrational, so I'll be like, oh yeah, it happened because whatever fucking reason I come up with at the time. And then I talk to Mike about it, and he's like, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. I'll be like, yeah, it does, because of this reason. He's like, you're talking in circles, shut up.
Yeah.
Give me a good reason, and when I can't come up with one, then we move on from there.
What's up, Tex?
This is why I recommend people read like old pulps like Conan the Barbarian and stuff like that, the old Robert E. Howard stuff.
Yeah.
But also why they also need to look at, they need to look between the lines of like bigger, more epic, less like one guy on a road trip fantasy like Conan, but more like the epic stuff like Lord of the Rings. Look at the characters.
I've made my own little lore that had.
Yeah, lore is fine, but here's
involved. But just
but here's what I'm getting to. You have your lore, right? You have your setting, you have your world, and you need to have a character that fits in it, right? Make your lore and make your character completely separate. And then you write Daffy Duck. What do I mean by that?
Never mind. Don't let him.
Nope.
Never mind.
Hold up, Mike. Let me explain.
Anyway,
All right, let him explain.
How do you write a Daffy Duck cartoon? You create a scenario and you drop Daffy Duck in there, and you don't say this is what's going to happen. You say Daffy Duck is in this scenario. What can happen? You see what I'm
Or,
getting at?
or like I would say, essentially, okay, so you put him in this scenario, and you go, okay, so it's this scenario. Daffy Duck's there. What's he do next? What would he do? What would Daffy do? What would that make the people around him do? And how would he react back to that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was talking about. All right, so we're on the same page now. When I was,
It's a hero's journey, essentially, but using
Yeah.
Daffy as
But
a
when I
community.
said that we started writing, like we started issues was almost like not totally, but we started issues in the first place, and it was almost an entirely different. What's up? What are you motioning to?
oh my god.
Well, fuck! I'm fucking looking at something. What's going on here? Definitely appreciate you guys writing without the trope of plot armor.
If I'm doing hand signals, it's
What?
Being
Well, why don't
subtle.
you read it out loud when we put it up then?
because you were talking and
Well,
I don't do
Plot armor is kind of tricky. You
And
need-
signaling to me while I'm talking is the same fucking thing. Because then I have to stop. Fuck.
Plot
I
armor
used
is
to
kind
do that.
of tricky. Plot
All
armor
right.
is kind of tricky. There is a balance there. Like you need your character to survive and live long enough, to see the end of the story, depending on how that story is written, mind you. But you also need to take note from other stories and realize that your main character is probably going to be the one who gets hurt the most. Like Frodo from Lord of the Rings, he gets hurt the most, assuming he doesn't
We checked that
ignore
box.
the people who get fucking die. We checked that box like an hour and a half ago. Like he loses his finger, he gets traumatized, he has to go off to the Undying Lands. Conan the Barbarians, like there's not a single story where he doesn't get a scratch or he doesn't get like some scar added to him or something like that. Or I think it was the writer Chandler, the guy who writes like all the noir pulp novels and stuff like that. He said your main character is always going to be the one that gets hurt. So he's going to be the one that gets like his heart broken, who gets, ambushed and beaten in a back alley, something like that. Something that will make you invested in his struggle, that makes him invested in his struggle.
All right, Jakes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We have another guest. I'm going to bring him in,
Yay.
and then I'm going to refill my drink, and I'm going to take a piss. So hang on one second.
Okay.
Our next guest is Zach,
Hello.
a.k.a. Zachamus Prime.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Don't mind me. I already took a piss. But no,
Me and you
What?
have been on stream together?
What?
Has he been a guest on our show before, or us been a guest?
Zachamus Prime runs his own Transformers review channel.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Figure review.
I'm here to be obnoxious. That's really my only role in life.
Don't worry. We have a Snoots doing whatever the hell she's doing right now to fill that role.
Taming ferrets at the moment. They want to get into all
I'm
this
wrestling
shit,
4 cats, and I'm less obnoxious than you.
but ferrets are cats. Ferrets
Yeah.
are
You're right.
Like,
Ferrets are
rid of
small.
the kittens. They're snake cats. They're different.
They're stretch cats.
They're
Yeah.
worm cats.
You take a cat and you go like this, and that's a ferret.
You
Yep.
take away a cat's legs and put that into the middle of their body. That's a ferret.
Well,
Sounds
no,
really
their body's a hump.
sounds really weird.
Yeah. A ferret is just a cat as to what a dachshund is to a dog. That's what it is.
No,
Ferrets.
no.
But anyway, Jakes, what you were saying is really true. Have you ever read the Dresden Files?
I can't say I have.
Well, first of all, some of my favorite fiction of all time. Second of all, nobody goes through as much shit as Harry Dresden. Like nobody.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, right? It's like you think about every single main character that it's celebrated throughout all of fiction. Luke Skywalker, what happens to him? Well, his family gets burnt to a crisp, and he loses his own mentor. He finds out that his father is the evil genocidal general. You know, he's the one who's been hurt pretty much the most. I mean, scratching Leia Organa's, planet blowing up, but still. Frodo, he's got hurt the most. Harry Potter really doesn't get hurt, and that's one reason why he's a Mary Sue bad character. Rey doesn't get hurt either. She just kind of she's just a hermit in the desert, and good things happen to her.
I feel like Harry Potter gets hurt.
Does he?
He does.
I think Neville Longbottom gets hurt
attached
more
to
than
another
him.
person. Hurts him to a degree.
I don't know, because he really doesn't start suffering until book 5. And until then, it's like, oh my God, my life has just gotten infinitely better.
There is quite a bit of that in Harry Potter, I think. But
Harry Potter grew up and his life is shit, but when the books start, his life gets infinitely better. So he's kind of a Mary Sue until book 5 is Jake's contention.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker's life doesn't really get better. He gets the Force and everything, so that helps him to his hardship, but that's just a tool for him to overcome the hardship.
Yeah.
It doesn't make his life, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
what about his white privilege?
What
I feel like Lazarus is referencing Harry Potter there.
Okay, so
That's kind of brutal.
what is Zach doing?
He
What
is
we got going on?
with a
Zach Miss Prime.
like
So did you introduce him? Does everyone, all of our mini watchers, do they all know?
I just said he runs a figure channel. A figure review channel
On YouTube.
Your channel.
on YouTube.
He's a fellow YouTuber. He's a
Yes.
buddy of mine. We've been buddies for a couple of years. We actually just recently met up in Oregon this past weekend, and
that's who you're seeing.
you could hear me cackling in the background of his last video on his channel.
Last video. Yeah.
What's your channel called again, Zach?
It's just called Zachamus Prime Reviews.
Okay, so if you look at Zachamus Prime Reviews, and the very last video that he does, it's this impromptu video of him and his wife Winnie, lovely lady. She's very fun. I made them try. See, she's right there. Hi,
Hello.
Winnie.
They're saying hi, but you can't hear them because I've got the headphones on. So fuck you.
It's okay.
So fuck you. It's Winter Maximus. She's cool as shit. Yeah,
Fuck you.
we all met up in Bend, Oregon, and I made them try squid, and
With the face.
I made Zach try a squid face, and I loved it. I actually thought it was really good. But you can hear me cackling. He actually says, "We're here with War Dance Comics," and that was very fun. So we got our first plug on a professional channel. That was great.
Professional. My 850 subscribers.
Yeah,
One of
see?
us.
Nice. Send about 600 of those over here.
It's
We
not
have,
even enough to get paid.
We currently have 4 viewers, and I think my professional guess would be that maybe one of them is probably either a friend or a family member of ours personally, and one of them is possibly subscribed.
Hey, well, you know what? We get 1 like and no downvotes. We're doing better than
I'm
inauguration.
all about it, man. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
This is, as I've
Yes,
explained at the beginning of all these things, this is an open mic. This is decompression at the end of the work week. Come on and talk shit.
I still got to boost all our stuff on BitChute because you can really gain some followers on a platform like BitChute.
BitChute?
Yeah, BitChute. YouTube
Which,
alternative. About
What prime do you got there, Zach?
Oh, this is Earthrise.
It's that video. It's that one right there, you guys.
squid, calamari, fried.
Do you have it pulled up, or is that a screen
I have
cap?
it pulled up.
Do you want to do it?
It won't play
Oh, God.
audio. I can send Jegs the or
Aw.
Jeg can go on the.
Well, it's up to Zach. We can't just play his thing.
No, I mean you.
Ruin our friendship, and he fucking strikes us down.
It's.
He has our fucking channel removed.
If you
I
strike
mean,
us down, we should become more powerful than you can ever imagine.
God damn it.
I mean, if you want to, it's on the internet. You're welcome to do anything on the internet. That's what the net neutrality is all about.
Yeah, I already put it in chat. So if you guys want to watch it, go for it. You can hear Mike cackling in the background.
You can't. Oh, you put it in. You're not gonna play it.
I can't play audio. I could.
Oh, you suck.
Jags can pull up the link and play the audio, but
Why don't Mike pull it up?
I can't figure it out.
Mike. Guess what I got today?
What you got today?
What is that?
It's like looks like some kind of a
Is
like
that the HTC or the
groin
Oculus?
protection.
This is the Oculus Quest 2,
Cool.
and it's
Right.
pretty freaking badass, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing the Darth Vader game, and there's a part where you're like climbing the ladder, and then like crawling across on some freaking pipes, right? And I looked down and just about shat my pants.
Yeah.
Because I looked down and like your brain just like, holy shit. Whereas like your feet are like, yeah, I'm standing on the ground, no problem. But you look down and you're like, holy shit, and you're like wobble like this because that's the VR sensation, bro.
But you're actually physically standing on the ground, right?
Yeah, I'm actually physically standing on the ground.
But your brain, it's so realistic that your brain makes you believe that you're really.
It is pretty damn immersive.
Is
I
that
don't
how
like that.
people died in the Matrix?
I don't trust that shit at all.
Is that how people do the what?
Is that how people died in the Matrix? They just
Probably.
got really bad dream shock,
Probably.
and they just exploded in blood.
Probably.
Yeah, I like to think that way.
Jags.
I like to think about people exploding in their sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's better than the explanation they gave in the movies, which was dumb.
So,
Matrix is dumb.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Okay, are we completely? Says I was gone for a minute. I had to go pee.
Yeah.
You had to go train the lizard.
Well, I had to go piss outside because my fucking my family they're holed up in my room.
You don't have to piss. There's a perfectly good bathroom.
I know, but I know, but I know.
He's camera phobic.
They're on two different sides of the house, and between the two bathrooms is the door outside. So I was at one end of the house, and instead of walking all the way across the house to the other end, I just went outside and took a piss.
Like a fucking savage.
What good is your own land if you can't just go out back and just piss on it?
I know, we live in the fucking woods, and nothing out there's gonna.
Yeah.
That's why I'm aiming to get 100 acres here soon. I'm just going to piss on every single tree.
They're in love now. So I got the Netflix version of Prime. I just transformed him last night. No, this morning.
What?
It was.
Huh?
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, he Jakes, the two figures that he has there is you have War for Cybertron, that's Earthrise Prime, and then War for Cybertron Siege Prime. They are essentially the same Prime, but like also vastly different from each other.
They share like 4 parts.
And
Now,
I have another version of it that is the one that is in his right hand. That one there. It's that one with slightly different colors. It's
Now, is this
literally
Video
the
Game
same thing.
War for Cybertron or Rooster Teeth's War for Cybertron?
Rooster Teeth War for Cybertron.
Is that any good?
Well, it's okay. So it's not Rooster Teeth War for Cybertron. It is that they made the figures, and Rooster Teeth used the designs for those figures for the thing. The figures themselves are fucking really good. They're way better than a lot of shit we've gotten in recent years. So there's that.
Yeah, but is the show any good?
Oh, I have no idea.
Well,
Zach, have you seen the show yet?
I don't have much.
I watched the first season. I haven't seen the second season. So if that tells you anything, that might tell you something.
Oh no! If it tells you anything, I might tell you something.
Right.
Oh no! I hate
No.
old things.
Right. So yeah, it came out like the end of last month, and I haven't even watched it yet. So
That sucks.
I mean, the first one, I don't know. I was not super thrilled about the first one, and I kind of fear that the second one is going to be roughly about the same, because that's kind of what I've heard from other people talking about it. But like, I don't know. Like, it didn't have a whole lot of story, and it didn't have like a really good direction, and the voice acting was like kind of phoned in, and
So Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
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 I was about to say that sounds exactly like Ruby.
Well, I feel like Rooster Teeth. One of the issues that they have past the initial story that they had all written out for RBB. They did the same thing that I used to get on Snoots for doing, where it's like they picture one really cool image, and they base everything else around that one image. So everything is just trying like War for Cybertron. I feel like they had a couple scenes in mind where they're like, wouldn't it look really cool if Ultra Magnus was like wearing the big fucking, tattered thing or whatever? Wouldn't he look really badass? Let's write it somehow to where that is in there. Like that's it. Where shit makes no fucking sense why it would be like that. But then also, if it's all about image, why did they give fucking Megatron duck face, dude? He's got big old soup coolers, man. He's got big old lips.
He's got like Catherine Zeta-Jones face.
He's got big old fucking face, yeah.
Maybe it's because he's a transformer.
Ah.
Yeah, this guy. This funny guy.
No, but yeah, literally, there's like a scene in there where they're like, yeah, it'd be cool if Ultra Magnus was wearing this like big old cloak. So he comes in, and he's got this cloak on, right? And it's like half covering him, and it's like his face is shrouded, except he's got the big pointy things on his head, right?
Yeah, it's big antenna thing.
And then he's got those like huge like shoulder pillars, right? And
Yeah.
he's coming up, and like everybody's like, yeah, that's totally Ultra Magnus. And then he like it's some sort of like big fucking disguise, right? Bet you didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hi, Ultra Magnus.
If you put a cloak on this cat, it's not.
Put it up closer. So, Jakes, you see the big old things dangling off the side of his head? Look like big old smokestacks and shit.
Those are guns, aren't they?
No, that's just his face. That's just his head.
Just
And then the
his
big
head.
old things on the side of his fucking arms. That's what dude's talking about.
Oh,
Or
okay,
if you
yeah.
just put a cloak on top of that,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I wonder
and
who
everything's
that
still
is.
sticking up. Yeah. And it's like, who is this shrouded masked traveler?
Oh, gee, I wonder who could it be.
It's been me, Ultra Magnus, the whole time.
What would have been clever if he released and was like, it was me, Dio, all along.
And isn't it like
It'd be funny if he pulled the shroud off and it was Wheelie. It's been Wheelie starts rhyming and shit. Yeah.
And isn't it
No,
like
he
Ultra
pulled it off
Magnus
through
is
his
tall
GoBot.
and like Optimus is like this tall? So we're just like the only dude that big.
Yeah, the only
He's
guy
Ultra
that would be
Magnus.
that big.
Come on.
Yeah.
No. I tell you what would be funny. If you pulled the shroud off and it was actually just 8 mini-cons sitting on top of each other.
Jesus.
Well, you say that.
Mm.
But there are combiners.
Oh. Mini-cons pull a Voltron, huh?
Pretty much. Well, those ones there are
Oh, man. Remember Armada? Remember that?
Yep.
Transformers Armada? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they had the original Transformers and it went to like the anime Fox series for a while that nobody cared about. Then it went to Armada, and Armada was fucking cool.
All right, stop touching my shit.
You
She's just
nerd.
yanking shit off the
You're
fucking shelf now.
No, girls can't touch my toys.
I don't
No.
like people touching my shit.
No
man.
one can touch his shit.
Oh,
Sex
Watch it.
is
It'll be over at your
out of
house
the
one
question.
day.
It
I
is-
can't tell you, but I'm
it's-
gonna rub my nuts over one of those.
well, Zach
of
can
all-
touch his shit.
first of all,
Zach has been given special permission.
No, he hasn't. He just came over and started touching stuff. He came over, started touching stuff, and then bitching at me that it was dusty.
It's so dusty.
I was like, man, don't touch my shit, dude.
Dude, okay,
But,
so real quick.
Oh,
We moved here and we were hit with this crazy ass snowstorm. Knocked out power, knocked out our water, all this crazy shit. So for a week we were like, we just moved in and we're like, okay, what the fuck are we gonna do? We have to keep the animals warm. We have to like shower. Like, what the hell are we gonna do? And then everything gets resolved. And then Mike automatically has to start work. We didn't get a chance to unpack or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this guy a favor. I'm gonna unpack his Transformers for him. I'm gonna set him up. I'm not gonna pose them or anything. I'm just gonna put him up. And then he comes home and he's just like, I just touched my shit.
yeah. She was all super proud of it too. She was like, oh
I was
my
like,
God.
I helped you.
Look at what I
I
did.
unpacked.
And I was like, what did you do? That is not what goes here. This doesn't go here. Why would these guys be on the same shelf?
You fucking nerd.
Well, a lot of the stuff. Okay, so actually, a lot of it was I had everything in separate boxes because I was going to sell a bunch of it because I was trying to purge my collection. I was trying to purge a bunch of my collection.
And we moved in the middle of that.
Yeah, and she unpacked a bunch of shit. So now I have to go through and find which ones. So I had them all separated already. Like I had already made that decision. Now I have to go back through, and I can't remember what was already pulled aside to sell, what wasn't, and now I got to do it all over again. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So yes, it's still me being
Dude.
a fucking nerd, but still.
Snoots, turn around and tell me if you see any My Little Pony characters that are in a clear jar.
No,
There are none.
all
Are there
of
any
my
action
own
figures
stuff.
in
His
a
son
clear
moved
jar?
out. Those are gone.
The what?
His son moved out, so those are gone.
That's true.
I wouldn't be.
Dude.
I don't know. Don't bring that up about his son because you don't get the reference I'm making.
No, I get
No,
the reference you're making.
She does get the reference.
His son
And
asked
that's
me
what
for
she's
my
saying.
amiibo, and then he walks in his room with the mixing jar. I'm like, give me back my amiibo, motherfucker. We're not doing that shit in this house.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm doing it for a meme. Sure you are.
Yeah. Sure you are.
Sure. Uh-oh. Not
That
doing
fucking
it.
guy.
People
right.
wonder why I never got into action figures.
Because you're poor.
That too.
Same.
So, back to actual topics. What were we talking about?
Well, I was going to bring
We're
up.
talking about
You brought up
characters get the shit beaten out of them.
yeah, Mike brought up a good point about Rooster Teeth, how they would make like a big epic scene. They would like mold the story and everything to try and fit that scene in, as opposed to making their story
Yeah.
and then molding the big scene to fit inside the story.
And
Right.
Zach,
Which is always the easier thing, but it's just people, just unwilling to change their ideas or anything like that. Or, you can always set it aside for something else. Hell.
And like I had stated, actually, like that process of writing, where you have something in mind, and like you write everything else around having to get to that scene or having your character do this or whatever, and how we have a different process where you have this character, and I like with me, it's not plot armor. Like you were talking about plot armor, and I have like it's not necessarily a no plot armor policy, but I have more of like an anime type of policy where even though this is my main character and I love this character to get to death, I hope that I've created a character that is strong enough or smart enough to be able to get itself out of the situations this world is going to throw at him. Because if I end up going, hey, looks like we may end up killing one of our fucking characters in this one, which we've talked about numerous times.
Yep.
And if it comes up, then all right, well,
And if I can, real quick,
no, it's not a spoiler. I'm just
Nope.
saying it's come up numerous times during the creating process of
Yep.
the,
I know,
the multiple
just
stories
warning.
we fucking worked on.
and if
It's
I
just, if not, I'm not going to change the fucking rules for this character just because we like this character. As a matter of fact, we've had this conversation numerous times because I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this.
yeah, I was
But then
just about to
Snoots
say
goes,
that.
hey, you know what? Neither do I. But in all honesty, if we don't, it's going to be breaking the rules specifically for this character just because we want.
Like logical
This
progression
way, you know?
dictates this has to happen. If we do anything else, it's just like it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah. So at this
Can't make
point,
new Transformers. We had to kill off Optimus Prime first.
at this point, what issues has become is it's going to be a good story. It definitely is a good story, but I know there's going to be a few people that are like, yeah, that was really good, but man, that part, fuck you for that. You know, there's definitely going to be some people that are going to be mad at us for a couple parts.
Yeah,
And,
just don't be George R. R.
We're
Martin.
prepared for it.
Cheap,
Yeah.
where's a cheap way to make drama?
Yeah, no, I'm not planning on, just so you know, it's not necessarily a spoiler or anything. I'm not planning on a fucking surprise red wedding or anything
Subvert
like that going on.
expectations.
I'm not planning on anything like that. But if shit does happen and you don't like it, just know that is how it had to go. That is how it had to go. That is the rules of the story, and that's what that character would have done. I'm sorry.
Yep.
You know?
Speaking of superheroes and dead things and premium TV series, did you see season 2 of The Boys?
No,
I did, but I didn't finish it yet, so don't start.
What episode are you on?
no.
I don't remember.
All right,
I don't
never mind.
remember. When
Okay.
everyone else, okay, so I watched it, and everyone else was already going to bed, and I'm the only person who had gotten all the way through start to finish the first season. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to start the second season with everyone else awake, right? So, but usually when everyone else goes to bed, I'll have a couple drinks. So I have watched a lot of the second season, but I'm gonna have to rewatch a lot of it as well. There's a few parts that I was totally coherent to, and I liked what I saw. But there were other parts where I would wake up and be like, "Oh shit, I'm on like the last episode." Yeah, I do like, however, when dude, I love fucking Homelander in this one. I love like how not like I really truly love his character, but I love the actor playing, like he's really good at playing fucking psychotic, man. And I really love his like he's so detached from being fucking human in it, where in the one scene where he fucking smacks the kid off the roof and the mom comes out and she's fucking freaking out and he's like, "You're raising a pussy, he's fine." Like, and she's like, "Oh my god," the kid slams fucking face down on the fucking ground. And he's like, "Oh, he's fine. Get up. Come on." And the kid's not moving. And he's like, "You're raising a pussy." That shit was fucking hilarious.
Did you get to the whale bit yet?
I did.
No.
She did.
Come on.
I told her about the kid part. I didn't tell her about the whale, but I did get to the whale. And I thought that was hilarious
So,
too.
real quick, one recurring thing Mike does is he thinks like specific plot points are spoilers. To me, it's like certain jokes that like really hit that as spoiler too, because like that.
Hold on, is anyone else hearing like a lot of weird noise?
It's Zach. Zach, what is going on in your area?
I'm just playing with my Transformers.
Now what that noise was?
What
Sound
else do you have going on?
Was it a ratchet joint?
No, there's no ratchets on this.
No, the clicking you're hearing is just the pieces being clicked together. But,
Shit.
and you, what are you doing? Are you all
That
right?
headphone fell out. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Good. No, there was something. It was like a car driving by or something. Or that? What
That
is
shit.
Oh,
Doing something?
oh,
What?
it's my wife's chair being squeaky. Winnie,
What?
you're making too much goddamn noise.
That didn't sound like a squeak. That sounded like someone like
I like somebody.
sounded like someone trying to make a rocking chair. Like, oh, Winnie just took up woodworking. She's making a coffee table.
Anyway, you were saying about the whale and everything. You got to that?
No. Okay, what I was saying was one thing Mike does is he doesn't realize that like spoilers aren't just plot points. Spoilers are like jokes and stuff like that. Like if it's like The one the episode, I don't want to hear
Yo,
Dutton.
yo.
But
Oh,
it just says unstitched, and it doesn't have a camera. We don't know if that's Sutton.
It's me.
I thought it was like
I don't know,
some
man.
really weird ass fan
I don't
fiction
know.
of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. And I was okay with that.
I think it might be the artist for Unstitched. I don't think it's Dutton.
The artist from Stitch,
God damn it,
that
Jay.
doesn't look like his artwork.
It's the artist formerly known as Dutton.
There he is.
There's the handlebar mustache and everything. Styling. You used to rock a Van Dyke similar to that. Wasn't a handlebar though.
God damn it, Jakes. It's not about you.
It's not about you, Jay.
Listen, I am just saying I appreciate the stash. I am fawning over my.
Technically, it was about
I can't hear him.
what happened?
Is Dutton speaking, or was he just doing like, or is he just miming?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think he was chewing.
Dutton, say something.
Hello, hello.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Oh, I think he's just keeping himself muted.
Okay. I was about to say, I think he was. I thought he was miming for a second, but whoa!
Oh
What do you got?
no! Well, see what you did? You called out his miming.
I said I thought he was miming. He wasn't just miming.
God damn it, Jigs.
Jigs,
Scaring off our guests.
you've been demoted. You've been replaced by Zach.
Go stick a transformer in a mason jar.
Zach, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why, when you so Zachamus Prime, right?
Yeah.
What made you pick the name Zachamus Prime, and what started the Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, and Winimus Maximus, aka Winimus Maximus?
So way back in the day, actually, my first internet handle that I really used a lot was Chaos Incarnate, and that's the one that I still go by on like the TFW boards. Because you can't change your name on the TFW boards no matter what, basically. But I don't know, at some point I just gravitated towards Zachamus Prime, and I'm not sure exactly why. And then I used to do, in my first few videos, and you have to like really fucking dig deep, but the first few videos that I uploaded to YouTube, I'd say Zachamus Prime, aka, and then I'd actually have like a nickname that I'd make up on the spot. You know, Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Quackamus, or something stupid like that, right? And after like 3 or 4 videos, I was just like, I can't even think of something new. So I was just like Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime. and it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of stuck with that. And then now it's, I mean, and then when Winnie, every now when I'd have her join in on the videos, I just call her Winimus Maximus. And since I was already doing that for me, it just became the same for her. At first, for a little bit, I actually called her Winimus Ambus, which is kind of a reference to Ultra Magnus. But but I don't know. Maximus just sounded better because Winnie's cooler than Ambus.
Oh my God! It's Senor McWhitey Blankface.
It's Whitey McBlankface, man. God damn it.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Doing's okay. I'm having fun because I finally got someone to put a hate comment on my YouTube video, which I only have one.
Yay!
And I've been trolling. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so accomplished and achieved. I have a hater now.
Video, or you only have one?
Like I only have one video, and it's like my comic trailer.
What's
And
your
it's like,
What's your video? I'll put a hate comment on it for you.
I know. I was just gonna say, like, fucking, if that dude, if you wanted
Just
it,
go shit on his
Yeah.
How does Jordan have hate comments on his YouTube videos, but we have yet to receive a single one with me on this show?
I mean, I just got one, and I've been trolling the dude in the comment section because he's been a pissant, and apparently he hates me now because Chris Evans, who does the Morning Roast YouTube channel, he went to his channel and commented on the video that he had me on, which was like months ago.
America's ass, Chris Evans.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, oh my god, the dude hates me so much. He's tracking down all the other videos that I've been on just to leave hate comments.
Remember,
Fucking Jerry.
Zach had a guy who left a hateful comment on one of his videos, and I fucking lit him up. I lit him up on the thing. It was fucking funny as shit. Because Zach's like, he's not necessarily brash, but he just kind of says his shit. He cracks jokes and whatnot, and he's not a mean-spirited dude, but he'll crack jokes.
Yeah.
I can see that sometimes people be like, wait a second, what the fuck was that about? But Zach's like, when you meet him, he's like a super nice guy, and he just kind of wants to dork out and have fun, and everything's fucking cool. So when a dude came out and was like, you're just gonna say this because whatever, I got like, super defensive, and I got on there and fucking lit the guy up.
This dude was bitching because I was talking about so I don't know how keen everyone on the stream or in the talk is about Transformers, but there's this Transformers group called the Stunticons, right? And one of them is like a white Lamborghini, but I swear to God, and then there's like these different companies that they're all making their own Stunticons, right? And there's like 4 or 5 different companies making them now. And this one company, they made the Stunticon who's supposed to be this white Lamborghini, and they made him this like weird, like cream color. And I was saying that it's a good figure, but the color kind of sucks on it. I wonder if the only toy that they could like color match off of was like a fucking 30-year-old, been left in the sun, just like yellowed and abused in this cigarette smoking, household, something like that. It's just this weird color. And this guy's like, oh, you're just hating it because of the color, and you're stupid. And
he was like talking shit, like, oh my God, these fucking, you guys just get on here and like talk a bunch of shit about figures and this and that or whatever. Why don't you make a better figure? And it's like, dude, when you watch his shit, I actually have told Zach numerous times, like, dude, you're way too positive about these figures. Like, some of the figures, Zach's very forgiving on certain things. I'm like, this is a piece of shit. This is a pile of literal shit.
I wouldn't even sell this in a Dollar General.
I wouldn't even put this figure in my ass, and that is saying I wouldn't even put it in my ass.
I know, because I've tried.
Yeah, exactly. And it won't fit. It's got too many sharp angles, but still. And Zach's like, I mean, and that's how he starts. That's how bullshit. That's what he's always like. Well, I'm like, fuck you, Zach. This is a terrible figure. Well, it's all right. You understand what they were doing. Like, come on. So the one time he says something negative and some fucking clown is like, you guys just want to get on here and fucking shit on everything. And, these people are making figures and you just need to be grateful. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up, man.
It's funny because that guy clearly didn't watch that whole video because it was a positive review overall.
He clearly didn't see any of your other videos either. You fucking sit there and get all flustered and fucking pinch your nipples and shit over things that I wouldn't even fucking like. I wouldn't even bother reviewing the fucking thing. I'd be like, this is trash, and just throw it in the fucking trash.
The only bad
It's
review,
medical right now.
not necessarily a bad review, the only negative review I've seen from Zach was the recent one with the one fucking movie
The
figure.
one he's holding right now,
Is that the one?
the one that he was
Where
petting
it's
during
the
that
piece
whole
of
thing.
shit it can't stand.
Well, I think it is modeled after a GMC.
That is the one true negative review I think I can actually say was true.
I'm sitting here trying to peg this thing together right now, and it just won't go.
You're trying to peg it?
Yeah, just like a
Well, that's your
GMC.
issue.
Well, a figure
Yeah,
on a
he's trying to peg it.
Get deep
Yeah,
inside
right.
that thing right there.
That's
He's
the only
fucking-
time I've ever seen him be like, let's fucking shit. And just the only time I've ever seen it happen.
Yeah, and for anyone, any of our viewers, any of our for both of our viewers right now, and for we'll see, we had viewers, but now everyone's just on the show now. So for the other guys that are on the show, just in case people aren't realizing why all of a sudden, I thought you guys were comic creators and stuff. Okay, so Zach is he's a personal friend of mine. He's also a YouTuber, and he does toy reviews. So he reviews like
Figure
Transformers
reviews.
and different figures. Yeah, okay, action figure reviews. Excuse me before someone fucking. Well, actually, no,
Actually,
Here.
he does reviews. So point being, that's why we're talking about Transformers. That's why we have Zach playing with fucking toys.
Now, I got a legit question here.
Yeah.
What fucking nerd is going on YouTube videos and defending fucking Chinese-made toys?
Well, a lot of them made in China though. Like, there's a lot of them that are made in China, and there's some really good ones made in China. Now they're.
I mean, but still, they're fucking toys. Who's
Most of
going
mine
on there
made
and
in
defending
China.
them?
What's up?
Aren't most of mine made in China?
Hey Zach, are the Iron Factory stuff Chinese?
Lick them. Do they taste like lead?
probably. I don't know.
Because Iron Factory and Figure Arts, and I've got
Yeah, I think Figure Arts is Chinese. No, it's Figure Arts Japanese. Isn't it?
Did
I
the
got-
guy leaving him a hate
Figure
comment,
Arts,
giving him shit? Was the guy defending the toys? Did he have a very kind of like a Mandarin or Cantonese?
No,
name?
it wasn't necessarily that he was. He
Jake's
wasn't
don't be
exactly
racist.
defending it, Jake. I know, fucking.
How did you even raise, bitch?
Jake's your Alabama is coming
Please,
out.
Jags,
Quarterback.
be more racist, please. No,
Oh, listen, don't be more racist.
I'm
Red.
fucking joking, Jags. It was
No. We don't want him to pretend he's like Biden. Come on now. Come on. We don't want that.
No, I'm funny racist. He's like stupid ass grandpa racist.
All right,
He's
Zach.
rapey racist.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you guys.
I remember when you fetched me lemonade.
God in heaven, Zach.
It's Chinese.
Is it Chinese? Okay, it does.
Chinese.
I
It does
remember
taste
when you
like
fetched
that,
me lemonade.
Jesus.
I think it was right after Corn Pop cut me.
No.
So, oh my God in heaven. I'm gonna
Did
start
chocolate
fucking
taste
muting
as
fools.
sexy as I
I'm
think
gonna
you
start
did?
muting fools. I'm gonna mute fucking everyone, dude. All right, so yeah, so actually, a lot of them are Chinese companies, Chinese made. And it
Well,
wasn't really that he
not to cut you off, but I'm actually gonna head out. I just wanted to say what's up and peace out.
Okay, well, hello and goodbye. Evan.
It's been nice
Thank you
having
for coming on.
Yep.
And
We love you.
I drive off the
Plug
third one.
your shit. Plug your
Yep.
shit. Do it.
Peace.
No, wait.
Plug your shit.
What?
Plug your butt.
Plug
Oh.
your stuff.
Like I don't want Mike to plug me, but so I got a comic called Unstitch. It is files are sent to the printer. So hopefully in like a couple of weeks or whatever, I'll be getting those books.
Oh, you're
Um,
actually in print now?
Yeah,
Nice, man.
fuck yeah.
Good time. So yeah, this is proof that we aren't just a bunch of jackasses, that we actually are creators.
Yep.
Print.
Yeah.
I mean, we are jackasses.
Unstitch
Speak for
is
I think I'm
a dope, creepy all ages comic in the vein of Rise of the Guardians meets Coraline, of a Teddy must defend a nightlight to protect a little girl from the darkness and all the monsters that want to terrify her. You should go check it out. It's pretty dope.
Dude, Mike, that's another really classic
Damn
like,
it. Let him
fantasy
finish,
game that
guys.
you're talking about.
Let
fuck
Dutton
up.
finish.
Boot your ass.
All right, Dutton, you good?
Yep. Peace.
All right, brother. Thank you. All right,
You have to
Jay. Now
start
you
being
flap your
Man, that's another classic like fantasy kind of like setup we were talking about earlier, kind of like Secret of Nim and everything.
Yeah.
It's like the same vein. I like that.
Yeah.
Go back his book, everyone.
Yeah, I backed it. I actually got so he was doing these handmade. So there's like characters in it. They're like demon fucking teddy bears or some shit, and yeah, they're cool looking. They actually almost look like a teddy bear version of like the Heartless from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
You just gave me a flashback to Conker's Bad Fur Days and the evil teddy bears.
Lord. And yeah, so there was one left. It was actually, I think it was the first stream we were on with Dutton, and he was plugging his book, and he's like, "Yeah, I got one of these teddy bears left," and he was holding it at the time. I was like, "Dude, that's a kick-ass fucking idea. I'm backing that fucking book. I want that. I want that teddy bear." And he's all right, cool. And then I just kind of kept going. I was like, "And I want you to like now kiss it, and I rub it up against your naked body. I want that teddy bear to smell like you."
And Dutton just like takes the bear and is just like
Yeah, and he did. So hopefully,
start rubbing the bear and stuff. Yeah.
hopefully,
So it just smell like Dutton's balls.
hopefully we get
A 2-day-old teddy bear.
a Dutton hair clung to that bear so I can try to clone him.
I've got a black light if you want to check to see if it's legit.
just a like I can vet the bear.
Don't shine a black light around Mike's home. Just don't.
Just
That toy shelf right behind him is going to light up like a Christmas tree.
No, not all of them.
Just
That couch is going to glow like it's fucking radioactive nuclear waste.
the Final Fantasy VIII. What do you call it?
I feel like
Game guide.
everyone thinks I'm a lot pervier than I really am. It's not that I do a lot of things; it's that I enjoy making other people do things.
Way more pervy.
It's
dude.
more like a
man of culture.
That's the version.
I don't do anything. I force other people.
yeah,
to
it's
do
more like
things
a
for
puppet
me.
master kind of like a purple man kind of thing. Like I have more of like a purple man fetish going on here.
Oh my god.
I don't molest people. I
Well,
just
my
force them
mind is
themselves.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey.
What's
Like hold the comments, but the scene where he's in the bar and he's like, yeah, and you do this and you take off your shirt and come here, my little bird, and the scene gets really awkward.
Yeah, it
'Cause,
gets
like,
really fucking weird,
yeah,
and you just
That's
see
what
exactly
messes
how
my vibe.
fucking deranged
yeah,
he is in that. I love that scene. A lot
That
of people
was
don't
a
like that
great
scene.
scene.
I love that scene, man,
so fucking sadistic.
because it was really like when he makes her like they're all laughing. He tells her to get up and dance,
Yeah,
and it was like
Okay.
awkward. He's like, "Fucking do it."
It made me a little uncomfortable. It was a little rapey.
Yeah. Zaz is fucking laughing. Yeah, it's like that. But I'm not like a. See now, god damn it! I was being
When you
playful with
say-
it. Now I feel like I feel like people just think I'm a predator now.
but that's what I'm saying.
Don't let us kink shame you. You do what you do, bro.
everyone's texting snoots now. Blink twice if you're if you're there in distress.
I'm not trying to kink shame anybody. It's just the way he says it. It just sounds.
It's not.
A little off-putting.
It's not. It's not a kink. Just because I get erect from the thought of ultimate power over another human being.
That's not a kink. That's just being a Sith Lord.
It's just being a Sith Lord.
That's just being honest with yourself.
There's a clip that I'm going to add eventually. If anybody has the ability to like download clips off of YouTube, I need that. I haven't found one yet.
I can do that.
But it's a Teen 4-Star episode 4 of Hellsing Bridge, where he's like, no one could possibly understand my sexual preference.
My sexual preference.
Oh, right. Check your privilege. Yeah.
Like,
Oh, man. I'm so behind on that. That's helping over the bridge is fucking hilarious.
Zach, give us
Did
that
you not read my Christmas list?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That bitches look.
Freeze, get on your knees. I'm not your mother last night.
Great.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people learned how to be witty, snarky bastards from that series.
That the banter that he has, him and the fucking broad.
Yeah, Integra.
Yeah, a lot of that. It's funny because Snoots and I will fucking bark at each other like throughout the day because like I need her for what she can do, obviously, and then technically she kind of like we're partners, but she kind of works for me anyway, kind of thing, you know, doing this comic thing. So we have this like we kind of can bark at each other almost as though we're equals. And it's funny because we'll every now and then we'll do it and then we'll stop and we'll fucking laugh. Like we'll quote one of them and it's like what the fuck?
I was chillaxing,
Yeah.
minding my own business.
Bullshit. I was like that. I was minding my own business.
I was just relaxing, minding my own business, and bullshit. It's like, but I was.
Yeah, that's
Or the other one where it's just like,
I love to see him where he
phone.
like scares all the French mercenaries. I love to see him where he pops in and scares all the French mercenaries, and it's like, on my way down here, I tilted every single picture 45 degrees. And then Allegra was like,
always gonna give me such a headache. Yes.
So point
Oh,
being, that is our relationship a lot of times.
Yep.
That's our working relationship.
Yeah, you should watch Purple Eyes. He's another bridger who does Nun Piece and Code Geass the Bridge. He's funny as all fuck. He's more off the wall, kind of like surreal, but goddamn is he funny.
Not hearing a whole lot from Whitey down there.
Oh, sorry. I'm working on a Pornhub logo. Yeah, like my page, I haven't really decided what I want to do with my page. Like I was originally going to do D&D streams, but I don't have anybody to stream with, so you can't fucking DM with no players. So
On
Is know how to play D&D?
is this happening on Pornhub?
no, no, I to just go on. I've been like making paintings and stuff like that. I've been using spray paint as a medium. So I've just decided to make like pop culture references in my
I feel
painting.
like we're all just waiting to hear when Pornhub comes into this fucking.
I don't know why. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do a Pornhub logo, and I'm just gonna do like the logo, and in the background it's gonna be like all rainbow and shit. And I don't know why, but I'm gonna do it.
What was that?
That was just nice. He just decided to.
All right, off topic. Hello, Richard.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up, brother?
What's going on? You hear me?
Late, huh? And I'm having to get off here soon.
In it, man.
What happened?
Good.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm on delay because I'm on the phone. What's going on, man? What's going on, everyone?
What's up?
Snooze just asked you, how's school doing there, Rich?
It's doing pretty good, man. They gave me this project. The first month is like I got to do this presentation about myself, branding myself, but they have like certain criteria they want. They want to make it into like a story and stuff. So it's a little challenging, but it's been fun for the most part.
Interesting.
Cool. That's pretty cool. What's going on with the? Oh yeah, you're not streaming. You're still.
Yeah, I got
You're still in.
still on the naughty list, you know. So, but The Last Goodbye is getting printed on the. I guess MixAM just hit me up and they February 1st is the scheduled print date, and then it gets they say it's a 2-day job, and then it gets shipped to me right away. So
Awesome.
February will be the month of love and the month of fulfillment. So I'm looking forward to that.
And
Snooze, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Who are you printing through, Rick?
Dude,
I'm pretty through Mix AM or Mix'em.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's fun, man. They have the most like user friendly platform on their website. So and they have real friendly staff that are easily they're easily accessible and it's just a good quality, good customer service. So I'm really happy with what they're doing. So
Cool.
Dig it, man. Awesome. What else you got going on? You got anything else new going on with you?
you know what? I'm working on the next project, and probably when fulfillment is done or like starts, then I'll start announcing it. And trying to get people excited for the next project. And now that I learned a lot from the first campaign. I'm sorry.
Does it have anything to do with dildos?
Not yet. But that could be a tier. It could be a tier.
You had my attention.
Well, I hate to do this like right when Richard comes on, but it's getting late for me, and I got to get off, and I also got to leave the chat room too.
Yeah.
But because I got work in the morning and everything, and so
Someone's responsible now.
listen, for $17 an hour, I'll be as responsible if I need to be.
Do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having
So-
thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us, James.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us on.
Thanks for having. You're welcome for me having y'all on your own show. That's amazing.
All right, Jags. So,
All right.
Keep doing your little attention-seeking dance. You're great at it. Richard.
Jags, plug yourself.
All right, I am.
Yes, go plug yourself.
I'm about to after I leave, but
I knew it.
I am Dino Chief on Twitter. You can find me. If you can't find me through that, you can find me through War Dance Comics Twitter, and I'm on their friends list. I do their social media stuff on the Twitter side anyway. And just you'll see me. I'm usually bitching about politics and shit talking, and just basically ask myself, seeing when's the next time I get this Twitter account banned because I'm on number 7 now. So
Something like that.
and and keep an eye out
Doing the Lord's work.
for future comic book that I'm working on, which will be awesome. But until then, I am pimping War Dance Comics. Issues Volume 1 on Indiegogo. Which y'all should back because there's still time to back. But anyway,
There is.
good night, everybody.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Good night, Jags.
I hate for y'all to actually have to keep being funny without me, but later.
We said good night.
Well, now that you convinced me, I'm staying on. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, later.
All right, see you, brother. Yeah, Jags has been working on this. It's an erotic Samuel L. Jackson fan fiction. Love Like
Whoa.
I really hope he gets it off the ground. I'm betting it's funded within the first hour. To be honest, that's really what America needs right now.
I don't have any money, but when I do, it's going to that.
It's love like a motherfucker.
You're going to have to tell him. He's not going to rewatch.
I don't have to do shit to be right guy. If he wants to hear about it, he can watch the show.
Everybody go over to his Twitter and be like, I can't wait for your Samuel L. Jackson fanfic, erotica.
As I've stated numerous times, that hey, this is open mic. You can come on here. You can decompress. You can plug your stuff. Or just kind of bullshit with us. Zach's tuning in whenever he needs to tune in, and he's dealing with his figures and whatnot. But cool. The only thing is, just I am that old school. I'm that old school fucking the trickster god of the stream. Where you come on here, everything's cool. We're all buddies here. Nothing's off limits. But the second someone leaves, you're getting a big old dick drawn in your face. It's like whoever roasted.
Now I know to stay in the stream. until you go off.
He's like fall asleep
And then you just kick me.
like I'm on stream.
After we fucking leave, you sit in the back room like, nope, I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it. He's sitting there. I'm not logging off. The second I log off, that motherfucker's gonna come on.
Ain't nobody's talking shit about me.
So that was Senior Whitey McBlakeface, and he's
He's doing cuckold porn hubs. Nice, very nice.
he's doing a lot of 3D animations of B. Arthur, and
Okay, you joke, but I fucking love Dorothy. Like, B. Arthur was my shit. That and Sophie.
he's working on 3D printing a life-size B. Arthur sex doll.
Oh.
Fully functioning. Wow. One that can poop.
I just got hard thinking of that.
Chest. Why now? Really though, in all honesty, would you let B. Arthur poop on your chest?
No.
No.
No. I'd let Betty White poop on my chest.
Now, Miss Frizzle, on the other hand.
Miss Frizzle! Yeah.
Mike, have you ever had a chick poop on your chest for real though?
I'm not talking about this right now.
Oh,
Wait, hold on.
because I knew this guy, and he said, it was this rapper friend I knew from way back in the day.
Oh,
And
I
he's
thought
like,
he was talking shit. He's like, I knew this guy. I'm like, fuck.
yeah, I know. It made it seem like I was talking about me, but no, it was this rapper from back in the day. And he was saying that he wanted to get with this chick so bad, and then she ends up like having a fetish for like shitting on him, right? And this rapper dude is actually in a wheelchair, so he was like, man, I felt trapped because like she, that's the only way I can get with her is for her to shit on me, and she shitted on him. And like he's handicapped, so he couldn't like walk away. And she like went to the restroom to like clean up, and he was just laying in his bed, like couldn't even move, or and just with his shit on his chest, man.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was pretty traumatizing. I'm like, why is this guy telling me? Maybe like, he thinks I'm a therapist or whatever. And 10 years later, I'm talking about it.
Okay.
Is he okay? Well, he still can't walk, but
I didn't ask you if it was gonna heal him or anything, but didn't that seem weird, dark? Like, yeah. Then he realized like he couldn't get away, and she was just shitting on him, and she just kept him there. She kicked his fucking chair down the stairs and shit. And he was just upstairs bungee cord to a fucking futon, and she would come in every hour on the hour and fucking pop a squat. She's down there with that laxative tea.
He said, she's like, well, she told him like, I'm going to go clean up. So he's like, oh, maybe she's going there to wipe her ass or something. But I guess she ended up taking like a 15-minute shower, and he just in his bed, just letting it get hard and just smelling it. I'm just like, oh
God.
I'm like, bro, dude, that's like, what is that? It's not elderly abuse, but it's like, some kind of abuse, man. Like, you can't punch a guy with glasses and shit. It's like under that category. Can't shit on a guy in a wheelchair and just leave him there.
I'll punch the fuck out of a guy with glasses.
I was just gonna say, I've been many times.
I guess you get in trouble for it, though. That's what they were saying. That's what the topic of work came up.
For punching a guy with glasses?
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Right?
I know. It worked for Batman.
Exactly. Right? But no, like in all honesty, though, I've talked a lot of shit, and I've been punched numerous times, and I had glasses. So if I knew that I could press fucking charges after, like,
I wear glasses though, so I used to be in prison.
I would love to see you point them out in court, Mike. They're just like, do you see the gentleman that punched you? You're like, my glasses are broke, motherfucker.
I don't know. That's the problem. That's why we're here. I can't tell anymore.
Am I in the right courtroom? What the fuck is going on?
Just walking around with a cane and shit.
I don't know. Let's keep on screaming about a courtroom. This is an L.
I'm in the drive-through. You see, what happened was, Your Honor, all I did was call him a cunt.
He became the next Matt Murdock because he got punched in the face while wearing glasses.
It really hurt, and I cried, and I fucking pissed my pants. And they're like, "Sir, please, we have We have other people. Please at least pull up to the second window.
Oh, off topic, on topic. Senior Whitey mentioned Matt Murdock. So Matt Murdock has this thing where he somehow knows who the hot ones are. Track with me here.
Oh.
When I lived back in Texas and I was like texting Mike, he'd be like, dude, another lady, like just random mom comes up and hits on me. And it's like the 4th time that happened that month. I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah,
This
at my
is
kids'
not
schools. Well, give him some fucking backstory though. Like
he
it's
works out and stuff.
it's the
I don't
moms
know.
at my kids' school is what it would be.
Yeah, mom's at his kid's school, whatever. But they keep on hitting on him. I'm like, bullshit. That doesn't happen that fucking often. And then I swear to God, the month I moved here, one of his kids has like a choir concert, and this lady behind us in the row like gets up and walks by him, and she's like, excuse me, pardon me, and she's like tapping shoulders, and she taps him, and she like kind of just like tap. Oh. He was up in the middle of the fucking concert, and she's like, "Oh wow!" Like feeling his.
You got felt up in the middle of your kid's concert.
I got
Right,
felt up.
like sitting right there.
I got felt up in front of the rest of my family, in front of the rest of the school when my daughter was on stage. Yes.
Yep.
Mike, you got like a hunchback, or why did that happen? You got muscles or a hunchback?
It was. She felt my boil. She was like,
"Whoa."
What happened?
No, like
as a person with a hunchback,
it happened literally, and it wasn't like a you see what's up. This bitch knows what's up. What's up, girl? No, I turn around like you see this fucking shit. That's what I was telling you about. I don't know. White people get touchy, man. Like what? White women get touchy. It's fucking weird, dude. Mom, it's like you ever notice that shit? Like once someone becomes a mom, they just kind of like. They pretend that they're just allowed to do shit now. Like, I'm a mom, so I can do whatever. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I've changed dirty-ass diapers too, and I go around fucking peeling people up at Walmart, you know?
But those were your own, bro. Like, that count.
I know. Well, it's you don't really know until you've had to wipe an ass. I've wiped my ass for 40 years. I still don't fucking conduct myself in public. Fuck, man.
Man, that's crazy.
What do you got, Zach?
Dude, my desk is full of stuff right now.
I know, but you were so
I've got your Seekers all folded up before you're gonna throw them in a box.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but I gotta wrap them before I throw them in so they don't get like damaged.
Yeah.
And then
having fun over there, Science?
I've got the original box of the Ironhide, but it's kind of a big box. I was thinking I could just keep it in vehicle mode and turn it over that way.
Oh, I don't care about boxes. You know that. You know.
Yeah, no, I know.
You only care about boxes and face inside them.
That's the only box I care about. Oh, I'm a one box man.
One box man.
Y'all internet bots trying to get me to fucking try to get me to turn on fade.
What?
Oh, speak of the devil!
Oh shit, son! What did
What the?
What the?
Nice.
Someone say, Fade heard the word box. he fucking appears.
What's up?
I love it. What's up, Fade?
Hey, how's it?
We were just talking about boxes. Why? What the?
I don't know what's going on.
I figured out that I have that power. I have the power to do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's why.
My account is the last.
Hold on, then.
If you log into my account.
Hey Zach.
What's all that sound?
Watch.
Oh, there it is.
You see this?
The box.
Do you see him? Do you see him being in the box?
Yeah, infamous.
You see him so playfully. Oh, you scamp. Hey, you scamp. This is my doing, Zach. Do you remember what I was telling you about? Like I like I just like making people do shit. Fade was one of my earlier victims on the stream.
Mike, I gotta ask.
What's up?
Like, I was driving home the other day, and I was just like, "Who the fuck did Mike got Jay Money to take his fucking shirt off? What the?"
Yeah.
My girl was like, looking at me like confused, and she's like, "What's wrong? What are you thinking about?" I'm just, and I'm like, I can't tell her that shit. That just sounds freaking dumb, but that's what I was thinking about. Like, how did Mike get him to take his shirt off? Yeah.
I don't even remember how. I don't even remember how I did it. That was just a good night. That was just a night where just everyone. It was
Everyone
just
did your bidding.
Everyone just gotta take their shirt off and love each other, man. It was cool. I was feeling it.
It was weird,
Everyone else was feeling it.
Sam had his shirt off. Jay Money had his shirt off.
Yep.
I remember you had like a kid's backpack behind you to entice them, and it was on and going.
To entice them?
Yeah, dude. He had like,
I don't know about that. I wasn't here for that. Yeah, and fucking John kept like superimposing. It was like Biden sniffing him behind him.
Oh yeah.
And then someone else sniffing Biden behind him.
Oh yeah.
She was hilarious, dude.
Yeah, that was a good night. Was that like a 12-hour stream, or what was that? That was just a random night.
I don't know. It went on for a while, but it wasn't like a 12-hour stream. It was, and we only got on for like the last couple hours of it too.
We were only on for like 2 hours. I got shit faced, broke one of his whiskey glasses.
Dude, you guys remember that when she broke my fucking whiskey glass? Remember that? Shit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Fucking Fade.
That was a great time. Hey, Fade, was that a 12-hour stream when the shirts came off and
It might have been the 12-hour stream, or it was one of our other streams. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm digging the beard.
But there, I got the
I
mask
clicked
and a
that.
beard working for me now.
There you go.
Very
Hey, why don't you-
Yosemite Sam
bro?
meets Dr. Doom.
Exactly.
Well, I was saying Dr. Robotnik,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
Although, no, I guess. Okay, so Yosemite Sam, he doesn't have a beard, right? He's just got a big, long-ass mustache.
Yeah. I'm thinking more like
Robotnik from Sonic?
yeah.
No,
Okay.
Yosemite Sam. Or Yosemite Sam, excuse me.
Oh, instead of the Yosemite Sam. Okay.
Right. Zach, what
I'm
the
thinking
fuck
more
are you
like Duck Dynasty meets Dr. Doom. Or Duck Dynasty Iron Man or something.
Doom Dynasty.
Doom Dynasty.
Doom Dynasty.
No, what was the shitty fucking name they gave the Birds of Prey guy? What was Ian McGregor's character? Black Mask, Blackface?
Black
What-
Mask.
Okay.
Mask.
All right. That's what it reminds me of. It's just
That reminds you
more.
of Black Mask?
Yeah, like it was all like the map. I just didn't like the mask. It was just such a weird looking mask.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
it was fucking great, dude.
I mean, that being said, I loved Ian McGregor in it. He was a really good
Well, okay,
villain.
you're familiar with the Black Mask character, right?
No, unfortunately, I'm not. I was never
You see,
much of a-
God damn
That's
it.
the problem.
That's why.
Uh-oh.
No,
There we
when
go.
that mask. Okay, so okay.
So is
aside,
it like-
aside from the mask, aside from in the comics, the mask is actually his fucking face. Like the mask got like Richard, was it like burnt to his face or some shit?
Yeah.
I think it was, actually.
Yeah, it was like burnt to his fucking face or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it looks like that. It's a big old black fucking skull that he has. So when he put it on in the movie, it looked like, to me, I was like, that's really good. Like that actually looks really good.
All right. Well, I didn't realize it was being true to like the actual comic.
But-
Well, that makes much more sense to me. It just seems so bulky and weird looking.
I honestly would have preferred instead of him blowing up at the okay, so fucking spoilers. Instead of him blowing up at the end, I would have preferred if like the grenade was like incendiary or something like that.
Oh yeah,
And
so he
fucking-
could come back.
It caught him on so he doesn't fucking die because Black Mask is an incredible Gotham character. If it like
Right.
lit him on fire and melted the mask to his fucking skull and did the actual Black Mask shit, that would be fucking sick. That would have been awesome, man.
Mm.
So, fun fact, Ewan McGregor has a brother,
Right.
Oh, we
and
should.
his brother is a pilot in the Royal Air Force,
Right.
And his call sign is Obi-2.
Yeah. Like Obi-Wan?
Yeah, but it's Obi-2.
Does no one else does no one else care about that?
I thought it was hilarious. It's one of the
Wait,
best.
who's older? Because like, if the pilot is older, that's kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Because it's like, he takes second ranking. But I get the inside joke, but but
I don't know who's older. I think actually, Ewan McGregor is older. To be honest.
Okay, then that makes sense. Like, here's the thing: did he have to put in for that? Like, whose idea was that? He's like, "Can I be Obi-2?" And then everyone's like, "Oh!" Like, when did he ask? That shit just came out today, or like a couple days ago, I guess. But.
I feel like it was
It's
too
superior.
clever.
It's just a Star Wars nerd.
I got a conspiracy theory. I think they're coming out with that right now to protect the McGregor name. Since Conor McGregor got knocked out over the weekend, they're like, "Fuck, we got to protect the McGregor name." So they're like,
different McGregor.
Huh?
That's a different McGregor, isn't it?
I know, but it's still a McGregor name. Like, they,
Oh, so you're doing just the red string across the room kind of shit?
So you're
McGregor.
thinking
Yeah.
like it's a tectonic cold or some shit or something like that?
Well, yeah, isn't Obi-Wan gonna come out with a?
Next, you're gonna tell me that professional wrestling's fake.
Well, it's predetermined. It's not fake. So, but no,
That wasn't Fade's real beard.
wait, that is.
What beard? What are you talking about, Mike?
What do you have on right now? Your little chin hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have no beard.
Wow,
I just
how-
got chin hair. What the hell is he talking about?
That your little chin hair. Oh, look at the little chin. You see what he said? I feel like that, Fade, your little chin hair, the little cute. Oh, look at that. Oh, he hates these people. Oh.
These people.
Next November, we need to do like a beard off. Like a beard competition.
Y'all are ready.
If Mike actually gets on cam.
John's already got like his beard's like fucking 3 feet long.
Well, he'll be the judge of anything.
John's beard is older than my kids.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he should be the judge.
So you're saying it's legal?
I just got bad images in my
I
head.
got the weirdest moment right now.
Oh,
What's the
God.
age of consent? What's the age of consent for someone else's beard? I gotta look this up.
It's more
Because
of what they don't
someone-
know can't hurt them kind
Well,
of.
I would assume that it's 18 because you have to put it in their face, right? We just cutting
Good
off
point.
beards to have sex with them.
They don't have to be awake, man.
Oh, thanks for that, Snuts.
It's
Oh,
even.
going
Why-
back to the race
You
car.
know what it was? You know what that was? That was Snoots' OCD kicking in. She needs
That's
balance.
exactly what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can creep in through the window if John's asleep.
Great. Thanks, Snuts. In all honesty.
What?
Oh, now you're under the notorious Mike.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying thanks.
It would be a problem if my.
Hold on, just to annoy her now.
That's where he's. That's
No,
where
it's still,
he's in real
it's
life,
still
too.
all right.
Now we
Now
have
it's just like
live feed on either side. It's fine.
it still has balance.
If I had a working camera, I'd fuck this up.
Yeah. Or Richard had a working camera. Hell, even
I'm on my
if-
phone.
Oh, Richard.
I'm on my phone. I remember in the group chat, I was like, "Oh, come on, oh, come on," and I was like, "Oh, fuck, I was supposed to come on." So I clicked it as I'm in bed, so I'm on the phone. Yeah.
Wait, you're in bed right now?
I was on a different
Oh, no.
stream, so
Send pics. What are you wearing?
What stream are you on, Fade? Who's streaming right now?
well, we've just finished up over in Topicless.
You guys streaming on Fridays and stuff? You guys are carrying on? The
I don't
tradition, or
know.
you guys failed me? I went to school
We might
and the
we
legacy
might
is
have
lost now.
failed you on that
They fucking failed you.
because
Holy crap.
John kept on saying he was gonna keep streaming, and then there was silence for 2 weeks.
Yeah, what happened? What happened with that, man?
Yeah, Fade. What'd you do?
We need to know, is Canada okay? First, let's
Yeah,
we
he's
gotta
all right. Just life happened, and he got a little overwhelmed, but he's fine now.
Well,
He's
for
all
the
right?
record,
Oh, okay.
for the record,
You know what it was? Is he had to escort some hobbits to the Moldor and shit like that. And be like 2 weeks, he'll be back.
I love
But,
listening to
just
listening to
to-
Richard.
Just to let
Sometime.
you guys know, or remind you, we'll have Chimera on this Friday, so on the 29th. So
If
Don't lie to me, Fade.
If
Don't
there's
lie to
don't
me.
worry, I'm gonna be setting up the stream. I'm gonna be making sure that we actually do stream on that day.
Are you doing the stream yourself?
Yes, I'm
Oh.
gonna make sure I set it up.
So this is gonna be.
So
it's
this
gonna
will
be
be
like one of our streams.
Well, hopefully
No one
not
knows
as
what the fuck they're doing.
chaotic. It's gonna be interviewing, and then I'm probably gonna set up another stream for our raunchy special afterwards.
Did you just call us chaotic?
No,
Raunchy.
I called you, Mike, chaotic.
Jinx,
What happened?
both you and Senior Awadi said, "How dare you, sir?"
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh.
So someone's gotta shut up.
He owes me head. That's. Oh man, that. Yeah. Okay.
But
I don't know.
yeah, I'm having a few ideas at least on Friday. So if you guys want to
About
check
head?
those out, and
Yeah.
I'll talk more later. Oh, what's
So-
that?
Yeah,
Ever heard of a peppermint patty?
your light is in the way.
It's a light.
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint more happy little trees.
Okay.
Oh man,
What the fuck? Okay,
he's painting happy
Little
little
trees.
Zach, we couldn't see it, man. The light was shining on it.
Yeah, it was just like a dark painting that we saw.
It was just a big. Oh, yeah,
Whoa.
that's exactly that's all. No, I don't show the painting now. Not. You got to do the painting and then the dick, man. Everything fails past the dick.
I dig it, though. Those are some bomb ass trees.
That's happy trees.
I'm working on it. The
Wait, you're not painting that with your dick, are you? Is that why the camera's adjusted?
You see him just standing there.
Uh,
And he pulls it up. There's a bunch of trees.
How do you paint that? I saw his hands the whole time. What is going on here?
just
I know.
Just-
Hands up behind his head. He's just flexing it.
just let it happen, Richard. Just
Pulls it up. There's
let it happen.
like 4 trees. There's a little cabin. There's a fucking hot air balloon and a shooting star.
a little
Yeah.
river off the mountain.
I mean, that's what I learned from Mike anyway. Just let him do what he wants, because he's just gonna do the shit anyway. So
It's his stream. It's his stream.
There's a fucking
I know, but I'm just saying.
fucking quote in the bottom left hand corner.
With that love.
I love Fade's survival strategy. Just turn over and let it happen.
Well, I mean, at least he wines and dines you before anything, though.
It's true.
That's true.
If I
Go back
don't want
to
to find
Project.
you, how am I gonna roofie you, man? I gotta get you to drink something.
Almost like it's earned at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I keep saying. Why am I the asshole when I say it? Am I not ethnic enough? Do I not
Because
sound
you are an
ethnic
asshole, Mike.
Am I not ethnic enough?
It's because you're black.
enough?
No, he's Indian, that's why.
True. I am.
We say Native American, Fade. We say Native American.
Eh.
I don't know. The Indians say American Indians, so.
Oh yeah, maybe that's true.
Or native.
It does say Indian casino, so.
That's true too.
Huh. Red man.
Well, if he's with Method Man, yeah, I guess.
How insulting is feather or dot?
Dude, I say that all the time. Seriously. Feather and dot. Or feather or dot, yeah. I don't know if it's actually like offensive. I don't think I've ever actually even heard anyone be offended by that because that's kind of a, I don't know, it kind of makes sense to ask that question, right? It kind of clears things up very efficiently.
Yeah.
Am I alone in this? Was that too weird for everyone?
Like, I think the only person who ever got weirded out about it was your kid, and only because she had never heard it before.
Which kid?
The youngest.
Cadence?
Yeah. I don't know if you want your kids' names on it, but
Oh.
yeah.
So Fade doesn't track them down?
Yeah.
I'm too
You know what's
lazy for
good?
that shit, in all honesty, Snoot, so you don't have to worry.
I'm not.
I mentioned
Yeah,
that.
The
It's-
smile. I'm not.
Like, we were talking
It's
about
him you gotta worry about.
we were talking about like dot Indians in front of Cadence. and
I
he's like,
am
they
a
don't
plank
look
holding
like-
member of 4chan.
What's
Of
that?
who? Namble?
I'm a plank holding member of 4chan.
Nice.
Like I was there when the abomination was conceived.
The abomination. Let me tell you about ye old times when this creature was born. You just imagine him with a cigar and whiskey in his hand.
Telling tales of old 4chan.
Yeah.
Back in the meme wars.
hmm
The meme wars.
And then you see him like with a nub for his hand, or take a hand off or something, and you just see a nub or something.
Like, as he progresses through telling the stories, he's just losing limbs.
Put your hand hooked up.
Really? You're gonna put that shit on me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So it is getting late. We are past the 3-hour mark. It has been great fun,
Understandable.
but it's time for Black Flag podcast to wrap it up. So I'm gonna put you guys up, plug your shit, promote yourself, and we'll call this a night. So,
Let
Faye?
the others go first, so because since I've been on here, the
Now
least-
Faye goes first.
Oh come on, really?
Fade doesn't want to go first when he has a chance to think of something he can do.
It's like school projects.
Well, I gotta think of my pitch and everything. So
I'm learning how to juggle. And,
Hey, this looks like a cool album cover, to be honest. Look at that.
Right?
Hey, who is that, Richard? Is that Jesus? Who is that?
No, it's
this
not
is a
Richard.
character from what could be or could not be a comic that might or might not come out of Force Publishing.
Okay.
But is
That's
it
all I
Jesus?
can say. That's a lot, you know.
okay.
So, Richard Embry, Force Publishing, last goodbye, going to fulfillment as soon as I get it. It's day 25 of the new year, and I haven't been called a Nazi yet, so this is great. All right, we're off to a great
Going
start.
strong.
I haven't had a white dude call me a Nazi, even though I'm Mexican American, which is great. So,
Would you like me to call
yeah.
you a Nazi?
Yeah, some white dude called me a Nazi. It's crazy, but
I'm a white dude. Would you like
I'm
me to call you a
Mexican,
Nazi?
calling you
No,
Nazi.
no! I don't want to break the streak. This is amazing,
Oh my God, Richard, you flipping idiot.
and I'll start streaming in March because a dude struck the channel. So you know that's how we're rolling. So, yep.
All right. I accidentally clicked it.
Wow, just
It's all right.
he's like so.
That was a nice transition, though. I was expecting
Yeah.
him to say something.
Yeah. So yeah,
Bounce it with me.
follow me on Twitter later. Thank you for having me on, Mike and Snoots and
Richard,
yeah.
is your since you're getting everything printed and whatnot now, is your stuff still up to be able to buy if anyone actually wanted to back your stuff?
I actually took it down because I just want to focus on fulfillment, and I don't want to like get more orders and then have to add more to the order, So I was just like, okay, I did maybe 20% overrun in case there's any damaged goods. Then I could send it out to the paying customers, and then after that, it's just I'll probably put it on a website, and then when I reprint, it's not going to be the same quality. It's going to, the Indiegogo backers are going to get the best quality, and then if I ever reprint, it'll be way less quality, but at a cheaper price too, because Indiegogo, everyone paid a premium price, so I want to make sure they get a premium product. So,
Yeah, dig it.
yeah, so that's it, man.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on.
All right, I'll see you guys soon.
Yep. Zachamus.
Yeah, so I've never done this before. I guess I'm Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime. I run a YouTube channel called Zachamus Prime Reviews. I review mostly Transformers, mostly toys. Every now and again, my wife and I review some food. And I don't really have anything I'm working on except I'm making this painting.
Nice.
And as you guys,
But wait a second. Hold the fucking phone for a second.
Uh-oh. I'm not liking this. I'm scared.
Got my black light.
Look at all that cum.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck! You can't really see it. The shit glows in the dark too.
Is it? Okay, so it's not.
That's pretty cool. Like little starlights. You can barely see.
Yeah. So it's pretty fucking rad, actually.
Hell yeah.
Now I can't see my way out.
Put the black light back on.
Yeah, there you go.
Follow the trail of droplets back to the house.
I too use quilted northern.
All right, good man.
I'm good.
All right.
Alright, this is Fade Salvation. I run a gaming YouTube channel called Fade Salvation if you guys want to check that out. And I have Twitter. My Twitter handles. Hold on, let me see if I can. I hate this. Right there. There we go. And then I also have Facebook, Minds, and other social media platforms too. Just type in that name and you'll find it. And yeah, and also subscribe to Mike and Snuts. Snoots. I'm messing that up tonight.
That was super low energy there, Faye. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm running low on energy now.
Mike and Samuel. You gotta be like, Fate Salvation. I do game reviews, and it's only one Fate Salvation at Fate Salvation, home of the original box.
Home of the original box. Fate Salvation, 100 years, Fade in the box.
100 years.
100 episodes, Fade in the box.
Fate Salvation. Me and you inside the box, Morty. Inside the box. 100 years.
Hold on. There we go. That way I can hide my not my disappointment, but my head shakes.
Your shame.
Get in the box.
Yeah,
Morty.
basically.
Oh, it's me?
Yeah, it's you, Senior Whitey.
I am Senior Whitey McBlankface, aka Codename Lazarus. You can find me on my YouTube page, The Lazarus Pit, where I'm just doing a bunch of cannabis reviews and self-paintings and stuff like that. So if there's any stoners listening, come and get some reviews. Might find a decent strain. Anyway, yeah, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at the name codename Lazarus, spelled Lazarus. Yeah, hit me up.
Excellent.
Hmm.
Okay, good. We're all back.
Yep.
All right, guys. So, in case anyone else missed the beginning thing, this is what we're doing on weekends. So, pretty much once everyone's done with all the super professional people that actually know how to run a YouTube channel, everyone's free to fucking stop by here and talk shit and hang out with us. And that's what we're doing. So that's what this was. So,
did you say talk shit or dog shit?
Dog shit specifically.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone can talk. What is going on Whitey's fucking thing over there?
He's doing
I'm trying to
face
figure
reveal.
out my camera. Oh.
Okay. I was like, whose fucking house are you sitting outside of? Just sitting out in the bushes.
I'm tapping to
Just
my
waiting
own
for this
program.
stream to end. She's about to come home, guys.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. I didn't realize
What
I
did
could
I
get
walk
this other
into?
camera to work.
Oh my god. All right. So anywho, Sword Ass Comics are comic book issues. We actually are. I promise. Like I keep having to say this. That just shows exactly how professional we are. We actually are creators. We do have a comic up on Indiegogo. Issues Volume 1. It's part 1 of 3, and it's going to be awesome that we're working on. And these are all our buddies. These are literally the only people left that like us. And
I
they're
wouldn't necessarily say like.
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, like's a real strong word, if
I meant
anything.
I meant like in the most erotic of senses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
I meant like.
No.
I can't get my hand in the screen.
So, anywho, so yeah, we don't really know how to do outro.
Definitely like.
So you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and potentially BitChute. We are War Dance Comics. We have a book up on Indiegogo, Issues Volume 1. It is still in demand. We still have a few cameo tiers left. So if you want to be involved in the lore before it's closed, get in it. We still have quite a few great tiers left. We also have a fan art contest. All entries will be included in the book in one manner or another. Our favorites will be included as chapter bumps. There will be more details as it gets closer to the end.
And as we're going with the cameos, by the way, in case anyone ever does in the future see this and anything is still up, we are trying to actually be the first crowdfunded by fans for fans indie comic that is created where every character in the city where everything takes place, where every character is a representation of one of our backers, where it actually is a city full of fans.
Yep.
Literally, this is created strictly for comic lovers, comic fans.
Yep.
So we're trying to be the first ones. And so far, we are the first ones to do that to this extent. And so far, it's been going pretty great. So, yeah. Hopefully we don't fuck it up. So far, it's been going pretty good.
But yeah, we still have a few cameo tiers available, and we definitely have the fan art still, fan art contest. So yeah, we'd love for people to get involved. Like he said, it's for fans. It's by fans for fans. So we want you guys involved. Be sure to check it out. This has been War Dance Comics with the Black Flag Podcast, and this has been Mike and Snoots.
Yep.
Signing off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good night.
I have wet dreams about Mike.
Me too. Who doesn't?